Spitting gospel, but your mouth full of sin, huh? Claim the high road, but you stuck in the spin, huh? Preaching loyalty, hands dirty with the grin, bruh. Snakes in the garden, shedding skin under moonlight. Talk peace, but your words cut sharper than a knife fight. Two-faced, two lanes, crash in your own sight. Is it ever really it with the hypocrite shit? Say you walk the walk, but you slip when you spit. Claiming truth, but your truth counterfeit. Is it ever really it with the hypocrite shit? Yeah. Wolves in the pulpit, sheep in disguise. Halo on tilt, devil dancing in your eyes. Claim to climb, but your soul never rise. Preaching justice, but you playing both sides. Flip-flop sermons, you the king of disguise. Talking virtue, but your actions baptizing lies, yeah. Mirror, mirror, what's the truth in your glass? Broken shards, they reflect your past. You point fingers, but be pointing back fast. The house built on sand, how long will it last? Is it ever really it with the hypocrite shit? Say you walk the walk, but you slip when you spit. Claiming truth, but your truth counterfeit. Is it ever really it with the hypocrite shit? Crooked halos, they don't shine for long. Truth finds cracks where the lies don't belong. Play the game, but the clock ticks strong. Hypocrite shit, your mask won't last the song. Is it ever really it with the hypocrites? Great shit.
The sky was dark, the wind was mean. 30,000 feet, no in between. The autopilot's on the fritz, and my nerves are shot to bits. I've flown this route 100 times, but tonight I'm praying for a sign. Jesus, take the yoke, I'm barely holding on. The turbulence is rising and my confidence is gone. I can't steer through this storm. These wings are feeling broke.
Hey, this is the part where Eli can't hear nothing. That's right. Welcome to Stuck in the Middle. Let me turn this down so Eli can finally hear something. There he is. I said this is the part where you can't hear shit.
Yep, exactly. I just play it off. It's real smooth criminal.
I really wish you never told me that, because I would have never known. You could never hear the intro or hear me talking over the intro.
Yeah.
You've done a great job. You've done a great job.
You're welcome. I'm here to spoil your night, everybody's night. Speaking of this night, I believe this is the first show since a certain New Year, Jew year.
Happy Jew year to you.
Happy Jew year.
And to everyone out there.
I didn't get any shekels in the mail, but Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
To one and all. To you, Josh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You know, I have to include you.
Real quick, before we get into it, and then pick right back off. After we had the first, it ain't ever it with the hypocrite shit, you know, that song While We're Waiting, but then it got into a country song. Okay.
Dude, I was wondering if you're trying to make a remix on the fly.
I didn't know if you knew what so you remember the song Jesus Take the Wheel? All right?
Sure.
Well,
yeah,
it's a country song. Well, I forgot what happened, but this is in relation to nothing funny, but some like pastor guy like crashed in a plane, so I made a song that said Jesus Take the Yoke. So if you listen to the song, it's about a guy, instead of Jesus taking the wheel, he takes. Yeah. Anyways, welcome to Stuck in the Middle.
That really slapped. Welcome
You damn
back
right it
to
did.
Stuck in the Middle for your first show of the new year, 2026. Here we are. How's it started out for you thus far, or how was New Year's in general?
Yeah, I went up to the hometown of Rochester, New York. Had some fun up there. Did what I normally did when I go to New York, and that's get sick. So that was fun. Spent the whole time. Well, okay. Spent the last third of the visit sick. I had something. In my opinion, I think it was a norovirus. It wasn't the flu. But like the norovirus is like pretend your stomach's a towel, and someone's just going. Like trying to wring out any water that's left on the towel, and that's what your stomach feels like. And then you're like, I'm so thirsty. So then you go to drink something, and as soon as you drink it, you're like, I can't keep liquid down. It's horrible.
Were you dripping like down your ankles?
Oh, don't even talk about. You talking about poo?
A little bit.
Yeah, there's no farting on the norovirus. There's you do that in the toilet, sir, because it's not going to be air. It's going to be something else, So that was my time in New York as per usual. How was your New Year's? Hope you had a good time.
Super uneventful. I did work. I worked, got double the pay, yada yada. I accidentally. Oh no, I can't say this in a way that'll be clipped. I assaulted my mother.
Whoa! No, you didn't.
Well, with a rubber ball that. The dog, it's the dog's toy, and sometimes you just grab the ball and you'll just beeline it because you always do, and you never really aim. Well, I did that, and she just so happened to be sitting in front of me.
Oh
and
no!
Took it right in the eye, like a champ.
You pegged your dear old mom right in the face with a ball.
Yes. Thank you for completing that sentence.
Oh yeah,
sure
you're welcome. I did. You pegged your mom with a ball.
So,
That's
she
even
really
worse.
diva'd over oh my god, my life was just I had it, even though I'm the one that caused the damage. I'd be like, really turn it down a notch.
Yeah, right.
Even though she is 80 years old and frail.
Yeah, you could have JFK'd her. You know that, right? Back and to the left. You could have blown her could have been a really messy situation.
Soft, squeezy ball, man.
I thought you were talking about her head. You could be. If your New Year's was good or bad, let us know. We've got a poll up in the chat. How was your New Year? Did you enjoy your New Year's? Yes or no? We're just having some fun with these polls, having a good time with that before we get into all the dreariness of what is the current day topics. Looks like you want to say something.
Of America and the world. And yes, this is a show that if you are new, if this is your first episode or first year here, we do pride ourselves on being an interactive show. We have open phone lines at points throughout the show, and we respond as much as possible to the chat. And at this point, I think it's time that maybe we dig in to some of the courses we have here.
Oh, for
sure. Some of the things that have been happening from last year to this. Oh, what do you think?
If you don't mind, I like to start off the show, at least today, with a little bit of New Year's cheer. Just a little bit of something for you and I to kind of get going on. It's not really political, just more like a funny video, just like a New Year's recap. And this recap will take us into, what the New Year's has brought, which is the first thing we're going to get into is just Ma'am Dami getting elected and putting his hand on that glorious old Quran that Eli loves so much.
Oh, I love the Quran.
He loves
so
it. Look at him.
much.
He's pumped. He's pumped.
Oh, and hello, Katie. God bless you. I believe it or not, because of the comic books, I think about you a lot. I know I don't call anybody, so, Anyway, action's not distraction. Shep, God bless you all. Welcome to the show. Now, let's see, lighten the mood, sugarcoat me.
Ready? Here we go. Okay, I got to start over from the beginning because you know how threads work, unfortunately. Or maybe not. Here we go. Let's see. Hang on one second. Give it a second. Give it a second.
Who's having a good time? Happy New Year, everybody!
All right, so there's
All right,
girls
that's
kissing.
nice.
Ready?
Yeah, live makeouts on Sports Center.
Hell yeah.
Get into it.
Two guys.
Whoa.
What do we got? We got.
Oh.
You-
They cut to the guy right when he like.
Who's having a good time?
Why did it just full
Happy
screen?
New Year, everybody.
Like right when he was reacting to two guys making out, like, oh, they cut right back to him.
Live makeouts on Sports Center. Get into it. Oh.
Yeah,
what do
you
we-
see that?
what do we
He
got?
just
We got
embodied the
love in
moment.
air.
where, like, and not that I would know what this is like, but when you're in the middle of watching a porn or something,
Right.
and it switches to like too much balls, you're like, oh, that's what they just caught him doing.
Yeah. It's like, oh wait, but it's almost like that was done on purpose too, a little bit. You know what I mean? Like the fucking producer's like, let's get Jack. I don't know what this guy's name is, but like, let's get him. You know, it's New Year's. You know, have a little prank on him.
Yeah, a
It
little
almost
New Year's
feels on
humor.
purpose. You know.
Yeah.
So that's how, if you were a Sports Center guy, that's how you celebrated your New Year's. If you thought outside the box, and by box I mean cigarette carton, this is how maybe you would have spent your New Year's. And by that I mean this page is not working.
I like my cigarettes. Even though it's something I've only taken up in the past year or over a year out of just sheer morbidity.
So
Not because I enjoy it at all.
These folks get together. Check this out. Let me try to zoom. I'm gonna go full screen on this bad boy real quick, so we can see the whole thing.
Oh, there's a New Year's billboard of some kind.
Yes. This is not just of any kind. This is a New Year's billboard of well, it's not a New Year's billboard. It's a smoking kills, like the smoking deaths this year. And as you can see, it's 443,731 Eli smoking deaths this year. Okay, but if you're a cool person and you don't smoke, or if you're just like a number going back to the beginning, this is how you celebrate your New Year's. It's back at zero. Look at that, back at zero. Now everyone kind of hangs around until it goes to one. Everyone's kind of chilling, you know. Wait for it. Wait for it. There's a lot of people there too, right?
Oh, for sure.
Here it comes. Here it
Struggle
comes.
with hearing you, but I hear you.
Drum roll.
And, yeah, that's gonna last for like 5 minutes, not even.
There it
Are you
is.
kidding?
One. So there you go. That's another way. That's another way to celebrate New Year's, right? That's pretty
That is
creative.
a morbid little thing. Oh, and welcome, new person here, Mandy Brown. Welcome. We're glad you're joining us on this New Year, New You special. No, I hate that saying, but God bless either way. Yeah, that is a morbid little ritual.
And
it took like what? Not even a minute.
Yeah.
For,
it doesn't take long for it to get back to one. So keep doing what you're doing, I guess.
yeah, you're fucking. I mean, don't you dare call me Obama or Bill Clinton here, but I barely inhale.
Okay, Clinton. Oh, okay. I did
yeah.
not inhale, I swear.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's just the act of it in itself. That's yeah.
You shared this one. This also happened on New Year's, and for whatever reason, they just love giving Andy Cohen and what's his face, Anderson Cooper, like a New Year's show. You know, I get it. You know, two gay guys getting drunk on TV. It's hilarious. You know, Anderson Cooper takes a shot. He goes, ooh.
Oh,
He makes a
I
funny,
love
funny
this.
noise.
But do you want to break this up very briefly with
What?
a very this is a stuck in the middle brand compliment.
Go
You know,
ahead.
so allow me. Hey, Pat Steiner, bless your heart too. I'm gonna stop saying God bless. It's getting cringy.
Little bit.
Hi,
A little bit.
you guys. Yeah, it is right. You guys are full of crap. We barely started the show. Are full of crap. So far away has a gang problem because Trump wants to cause something. That guy who got arrested in that country. We got to have more people in there. I think, bro, take a drink
What
or
the
get a cigarette.
What the?
We didn't even.
Happy New Year's to you too, bro. We
Yeah,
didn't even.
man.
Did you say any opinions yet on anything for this guy to freak out, Pat? Come on, Pat Steiner.
I said, like, I think the whole morbid ritual of looking at, oh, look, somebody just died. But that's about it. If you're triggered,
Yeah,
bro,
but
like,
it
if a
sounds like
title
he's got
triggers you.
Okay.
Go on.
No, I was saying it sounds like he has a political bone to pick with us. It didn't even sound like he was responding to anything we've said yet. He's just like, oh, you rabble, you Somali bastards.
I think no. My opinion, I believe. I don't know why I'm making this assumption, because there's a all right. I know something. I know about the cartels, dude. All right, he's just rage baiting because he saw the title, which he took as rage bait. Bless your heart.
Hell yeah, I guess job well done on our part then.
Yep. All right, we did the show.
All right, back to New Year's Eve before we.
All right, yeah. Back to the
back
fun.
to the contentious topic of New Year's Eve. Careful, it'll get you. It got everyone this year. Fuck.
This was an honest to God question. Where does one find a significant other this day and age?
Yeah, like wasn't it more so like where could you meet a man? Maybe
Oh
you're
yeah,
right.
not significant to me per se, but hey,
Right.
the ladies be asking this shit.
Meet a man in 2026.
Where can you meet a man in 2026? I don't know why it starts off so cut off, but that's what Cooper says. Cooper.
Meet
Cooper
a
would
man
ask.
in 2026.
Oh, really? Well, where's a good place to meet a man? I'd say in the ladies' room, but I don't know. Where can you meet a man? Maybe.
Meet a man.
Ugh.
Well done. Well done. Is that Amy Puller or whatever her name
I
is?
don't think it's Amy Poehler. Definitely don't think it's Amy
Okay.
Poehler. I don't think it's Amy
Right.
Poehler. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. She looks familiar, either from an SNL thing or some other unfunny lady comedian. But
She
that
definitely
was
has a
funny.
voice that sounds familiar.
Yes,
that's for
yes,
sure.
and the face. But all right, I see that beautiful thumbnail.
Yes. And real quick, before we get into it, because we just got our New Year's thing, and the New Year's is going to bring us into a new mayor, as per the title. We'll get into some mamdammy things. But I wanted to play for you, while we were away, CBS, we just did a few CNN clips. This doesn't have anything to do with New Year's, but just getting into the topic of politics. Before we start, I'd like to play this video to kind of cap it all off before we get into the day's events. So check
Thank
this
you,
video
sure
out.
thing. Tracy is the name of the lady. Okay, yes, please do, Josh. I'm going to change my lighting.
Okay. Make sure you can hear this, though.
I hear it all.
I don't believe him. Does anybody believe him? I don't believe him.
I can hear it from here.
I hear it all. Everything I hear it for you.
Do go on.
That lighting
What's up, Orange
is
Sunrise?
Not flattering. Okay, let's see. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Check this out.
All right. Thus far, I see my bald head and an AI-generated black fella.
How about now? Bam.
Oh, okay. White guy in a tie.
Yeah, white guy.
Did
in a
I
tie.
win?
So yes, you did. You get to watch the video. You're welcome. Here we go.
Changed since the first person sat in this chair, but for me, the biggest difference is people do not trust us like they used to. And it's not just us.
Huh. Wonder why. What could that be? No idea.
He's referring to this network or news, mainstream news in general. Just
I think, yeah, exactly. I think what he's doing is he's like being sneaky. Like he's trying to say CBS, but if you were to put his feet to the fire, he would say all of mainstream media. You know what I mean? Like he's doing that thing where it sounds like it's CBS trying to apologize, but he's really trying to say is like everyone's a piece of shit. So,
Is he trying to like be the fucking showrunner of this new innovative idea that journalism maybe be honest?
He is, yeah. He is. He's an it's this up and coming company called CBS.
Oh,
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. He thinks he's got some new innovative ideas to really bring America together.
I'm hook, line, and sinker. I'm sold.
Want to hear him out? Let's hear him out.
Yeah,
A
let me
lot
see
has
what this guy's got
changed
to
since the
say.
first
No, you can keep playing. It's fine.
person sat in this chair, but for me, the biggest difference is people do not trust us like they used to. And it's not just us, it's all of legacy media.
Ah.
And I get it. I get it because I've been hearing about it from just about everybody for more than 20 years as I've traveled America on this assignment or that. My mom's neighbors in West Virginia, my own neighbors in New York City, thousands and thousands of conversations in between. Sometimes people want to talk to me about our coverage of NAFTA or the Iraq War. Other times it's all about Hillary Clinton's emails or Russiagate. Or more recently, COVID lockdowns, Hunter Biden's laptop, or the president's fitness for office. The point is, on too many stories, the press has missed the story because we've taken into account the perspective of advocates and not the average American. Or we put too much weight in the analysis of academics or elites and not enough on you. And I know this because at certain points, I have been you. I have felt this way too.
You're not me anymore? I don't understand. You're not me? I thought you were me, and now you're not me.
I thought he was you.
I thought he was you.
No. You both have this almost same tie thing going on.
That has nothing to do with this, okay? Don't even be, I don't even want to cross that bridge right now. He said you. Okay?
Yeah.
He looked at you.
And I know a you when I see one.
Yeah, and I see you right there.
Look,
Don't
I'll
you lie
die
to
on
me.
this hill. You is you.
Don't you lie to me, okay? Don't you pull this bullshit, you.
You've been lying for millennia. Suddenly you want to talk like, oh, now I'm going to tell the truth. Man, I'm on to you. We's on to you.
Man, this guy's already starting shit. He's thinking he's putting out fires, but little does he know, all the yous out there are fucking infighting now.
I have been you.
Divisive little bastard.
You know what? I'm going to get that clip. That's going to be a drop. I have been you. We're going to get that clip now. Just because of a random ass.
And I know
PSR,
this
good to
because
see
it's
you. Whoever's speaking Arabic, I hope it was nice, and God bless you. Intelligence One, welcome.
Oh, I can read Arabic. Let me see what they said.
All right. Is it any? Well, it might be nice. There's a plus or a cross symbol.
No, I can read Arabic.
Let's see if you have anything. Does this inspire anything? Because I'm really trying to lead with this. I wear this because I feel compelled to. I wear this because let me not get into a tangent. I'll just say a lot of anti-Semitism, and I'm looking for it where I can find it at this point to take it on. All right.
Yes, I see it right now, and what that says, it says +1 for stuck in the middle. They really like what we're doing, so we appreciate
God
you.
bless.
Yeah,
I mean, thank you.
Thank you.
Gotta stop saying God bless. Thanks. Man, now I feel bad. I went all like, did you hear me? I was going on the offensive. It's like, do you see this? I'm looking for anti-Semitism.
certain points, I have been you.
Whoa.
I have felt this way too. I felt like what I was seeing and hearing on the news didn't reflect what I was seeing and hearing in my own life, and that the most urgent questions simply weren't being asked. So here's my promise to you today and every time you see me in this chair. You come first.
Ew.
Not advertisers, not politicians, not corporate interests. And yes, that does include the corporate owners of CBS. I report for you, which means I tell you what I know,
he
when
said
I
you
know
again.
it, and how I know it. And when I get it wrong, I'll tell you that too. It also means I'm going to talk to everybody and hold everyone in public life to the very same standard. After all, I became a journalist to talk to people.
I can't wait in like 2 years where we get to watch this video juxtaposed to him doing nothing of what he said he was going to do. You know that's going to be a video. The internet is undefeated in stuff like this.
Oh, yeah. This will never be forgotten. And the next, give it about 24 hours, bullshit story that's getting rehashed and recycled to us. We're going to be like, hey, that guy that said he was was lying. But
I love.
all right, we're on to you. What's this fella's name aside from you?
Tony Ducapil.
I don't trust anybody with the fucking pill in his name, but okay. You're going to have to swallow a pill to convince me a mainstream media outlet's about to tell the truth at any juncture.
That's a tough Ducapil to swallow.
Yeah, damn right.
Talking to people about what works in this country, what doesn't, and not only what should change, but the good ideas that should never change. I think telling the truth is one of them.
That's such a novel idea. We can leave that off there. And telling the truth is one of them. So
Old new fucking idea for the new year. Whoa.
Right, but that like, aren't you also like, so like, were you not like telling the truth for
Yeah,
the longest time, or what's this? What's this really saying?
if you would, man, ripping the band-aid off and just being like, all right, you know what, let's just take get out of the bag here. We have in essence been a tool of the government and special interest holders, corporations. We don't ever tell you the truth. We tell you what others tell us to tell you to believe. We don't believe any of it ourselves, so now we're gonna do the opposite of that. I don't know, something a little more hard-hitting. That was pretty pussified. That was meant to be emotional. I was you. Yeah, fuck off, guy.
You. I was you. Oh, what happened?
Oh God, it's a Mandani.
You, and you, I.
You is I.
AI.
You.
So, if we keep going with the New Year's Eve theme, right? The thing that happens in the new year is we are christened with new mayors.
Yes, indeed.
Here's I'm going to really show my ignorance here. Were you aware that there was a mayoral election in Florida this year? I have no idea who. It didn't just happen in New York, right? This happened everywhere, and the only mayor I'm aware of is Ma'am Dammy.
That just goes to show you how polarizing the news is and social media, the cycle, and how it all works.
And how little people give a fuck about mayors, right?
That as well. The only thing that comes to mind that's somewhat related to this is apparently, how useful is this? North Carolina has had the highest turnout in its state's history of Republicans. There you go. Fun fact. Now you know.
Really? North Kakalaki, huh? All right. Well, good for North Carolina.
The Kakalakians?
Yes, the Kakalakians. So here is, and I know you got something to say on this.
What's up, Harry, man?
And I do as well, because I was unaware of some things here. But this is the video of Ma'am Dammy getting sworn in, and he chose his religious thing, obviously, to be the Quran. And here's the video.
Zoran Kwame Mamdani.
Zohran Kwame Mamdani.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the State of New York.
The Constitution of the State of New York.
And the Charter of the City of New York.
And the Charter of the City of New York.
And that I will faithfully discharge.
And that I will faithfully discharge.
The duties of.
The duties of.
The office of.
The office of.
The Mayor of the City of New York.
The Mayor of the City of New York.
According to the best of my ability.
According to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. Mayor.
There you go. New York's new mayor. Oh, man.
All right.
Brace
I just want
yourselves.
to point out,
Yep.
my issues with Mandani are all of the obvious ones. Okay, so for me, like, I know what's circulating. It's, oh my God, the Muslim guy used the Quran and swore on it. It's not the first time that that's happened. Anybody that runs for office in this country has freedom of religion. So any book that you qualify as that is going to be that book. There's no shock here. I get that the headlines are convenient because it's in New York. He's the New York mayor. I don't like him for other reasons, like his communistic approach, like his, I'm not a big fan of the radicals of Islam, and I'm not going to go as far as saying he is anything like that, but he's uncomfortable.
You don't like that he said this? He said, "We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism."
Individualism with the warmth of collectivism?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And that is alarming.
Communism. Socialism.
Okay. Communist. Also, all the studying I've been doing. Look, let me make it clear, and this might sound like out of pocket to anybody just jumping in. I'm going through a little spiritual battle, right? Okay, I believe in God, and I'm done with denomination calling. I'm not going to call myself a Christian because it placates anybody. I respect the Jewish family I had. I was never considered a Jewish person, and because of all the anti-Semitism running rampant, and I don't see Islam getting checked as much, I'm gonna be a lot more heavy-handed, and it might trigger some of you. And I'm hoping that doesn't dissuade you. Let it be something that incentivizes you to engage, comment, and call. And that's all I ask.
What do you mean that you don't think Islam or the Muslims are being checked as much? What does that mean?
I think that the attention and the spotlight has been so heavily shined since the death of Charlie Kirk, and because of provocateurs like and grifters like Candace Owens, that it has become very popular to be an anti-Semite. It has become very popular to just say from the river, even with the liberals, from the river to the sea, which in Arabic, the proper Arabic translation is from the river to the sea, essentially Arab-only nation, meaning just Arabs, okay? Or, if you're Muslim. Those are the only ones they want they want the return of the caliphate. They want the entire globe to be Islam. I take an issue with that. Okay, so I need to hear other arguments as to why people hate the Jews so much to help me go to your side of things. It's on you now with the claim.
It does seem that in America, it's kind of like mainstream right now. Almost, it's like accepted to finger point the Jews. Oh, you Jew, you, and like same thing with Christians. And to your point, besides like a major terrorist attack, and even then, people are very wary of how the fingers are pointed. But I do see what you're saying, and I can't sit here and sit back and say, oh, no, I don't see that. It does seem like one is a little more protected, one group, one, I don't know, is it a race? I don't know. Or I guess one religion seems a little more protected, and, you're not allowed to shun them. Or not shun's the wrong word.
There's only one religion on this planet where you
can't openly criticize the religion, but not even fearing for your life, because you can criticize the religion without bringing up Muhammad, and that's like the big thing that they don't like, is when you kind of say bad things about Muhammad. But there are other things you can criticize, but even on the mainstream side of things, it does not seem like it's acceptable to even approach.
I got issues with Muhammad from the practices he had and endured, and I have so many new evolved opinions. Like, I am more prepared than I've ever been, and I know I'm gonna be called all these things. I don't think Islamophobia fucking exists. Riddle Dread, it's good to see you, by the way, Bass Girl, and I recognize you, Dr. J. Welcome to the show. And Suf Besa, you just retracted the message,
up,
but I saw it.
What did
this
Sufa
message
say?
in real time? It said you better watch what you're saying. I don't know if that was concern. I won't take it as threatening. Thank you for the concern. That's how. There's not going to be a lot of fear of what we say. We've seen it all. We've gotten the fake outrage, the virtue signaling, cease and desist letters that turned out to be fake. So yeah, I'm gonna speak my fucking mind. I've lived long enough to do it.
We'll get to some more of that conversation as it goes on. If you want, I'll get on to he gives. Do I got one? Or
what is your opinion? While we got Mandani up here.
Yeah.
Okay, so he swore on the Quran, and I think you learned today that this is not a first. This is not an America first thing.
Right. I was, even though I guess it just shows you how like out of touch or ignorant, or just like sometimes people don't put two and two things together. But I completely understand America is freedom of religion, but stupid, ignorant little old me was like, I thought anytime, when you're in court or when you're being sworn in, I thought you got to do it on the Bible. Like, it wasn't even like, I'm not even like a religious to that extent. Like, it needs to be the Bible. I was just always under that assumption that it was. And Eli, when we were talking about today, he's like, no. I mean, you can, whatever religious denomination you are, you can use your religious text to then swear in whatever you need to be sworn in. So I was like, oh, that kind of takes away some of the, because I did see a lot of people on one certain side of the aisle being like, oh, on the Quran, how dare he? And like, but the same people aren't mad when I guess a Jewish person does it on the Torah. Like, I don't know what the big hullabaloo about that over is. I guess more so it just should be that he's an open socialist. I guess that really should be what people focus on, and not so much like who he is as a religious person.
Yeah, his actions should be something that we're more keeping our eyes on than. I mean, I see why this can bother people. It should bother me, but it doesn't because I know what it is when we see it in the same cycles that we see all of our news. It's clickbait,
Right.
and we're not going to fall for it. And you're not in the minority, Josh. You're just another layman like me. I just so happen to see a clip where another American voted senator from Texas thought somebody broke the law when they swore on the Quran to work for American office. He just got. I got to find that clip. He was just stupefied and just stayed quiet. Like what? And just stayed quiet.
That doesn't make sense to me. Like at that point, if they're using the Quran, I'm like, okay, this is like, you know what I mean? In that moment, I would be like, okay, I guess this is something to be. I wouldn't think it's breaking the law because that means anyone involved in that, you know, hey, can I use the Quran? Yeah, here, no problem. You can use it. Like that person using it to swear in. How do you even use that word? If I'm swearing you in,
sworn in, and
yeah, but I'm the one swearing them in. Like I'm not sworning him in, but like so that person would get in trouble too if it's breaking the law. The person holding the Quran swearing that person in would get in trouble.
If one were think
like
enough
that.
with the logic activated, yeah, everybody's going to jail on this bitch. Thank you for clarifying. It wasn't a threat. I appreciate it. Just know that this is, for better or worse, a place where anything's going to be said. And really good to hear you. Hello from Ray Reykjavik, True World PL. Welcome to the show.
What's up, buddy? Yeah, that's a good. It's glad to hear that the person wasn't being threatening, but I guess it's kind of reiterating what we're kind of talking about as far as seemingly not being allowed to critique or criticize a certain religion. And like when you do, you're told to, be careful, and that's out of concern. As we're seeing, not necessarily out of like someone threatening you, like careful, they're a little wild.
I mean, especially given how I've chosen to spend some of my time before
but let me
this
ask
very
you.
show, all the research I do, and all the people that have taken to being a public figure to speak about their concerns with Islam, all of their lives are in danger. So.
But let me ask you though, like who do you think it's like? Obviously, it's the extremists that would be upset because I've had this conversation about Muhammad and about a few other things regarding Islam and Muslim and many other critiques of all religions with someone who was Muslim, is Muslim, whatever, however you want to say that. And there wasn't any weird threats there, but, maybe they weren't necessarily a conservative in their own religion, meaning like they weren't like full-fledged, like they were, but now that they're in America, this person they went to Jewish, they went to Jesus, and they went to then Jewish for Jesus. So they were all over the place religiously, but I'm just saying that's anecdotally, that's one person I spoke with who was Muslim who didn't have a problem with some of the critiques I had about said religion. So I guess what I'm asking you is what percentage are we to then be concerned about if we're talking or critiquing the Muslim religion? What percentage do you think is a reasonable thing to say, yeah, careful of this percentage of people in totality?
Perfect, because of the when it comes to research and vetting things, I hope everybody starts where things are the most quantifiable, and that's with stats, data. So it turns out there's 1.9 billion Muslims in the world. That's the world, 1.9 billion.
7 billion people. 7 billion people. So 2 billion Muslims, 7 billion people.
Right.
I mean, it's almost 1/4 of the world.
So pretty substantial. Out of that number, it is 15 to 25%. 15 to 25% of those Muslims are the radicals, the extremists, the terrorists, the ones that will act with violence and not take critique. They'll take a critique as a threat, and that is still a huge fucking portion of the population. It is large enough to warrant concern at the very least.
What
and
is
I'll
10%
go as far as to saying this last part of my rant. Sorry, it's that when the loudest, which are usually the most ignorant, are the only ones being heard or the ones inflicting the damage, all of the other ones that are peaceful and moderate become fucking irrelevant because the violence doesn't stop.
I'm trying to figure out real quick, what is 10% of 2 billion? 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma. So that's 200 million. So you're saying 15. So 10% is 200. So that's another 100. So that's 300. So about 300 million people, you're saying, are extremists?
Yep. That
Maybe
is
30
from
million.
the purest point of research and relying on statistics, data compiled by everybody, peer-reviewed, vetted. That is the summation, 15 to 25%.
If we're going to have, I got a hard question for everyone out there. It's going to be not comfortable, but if we're going to have extremist religions, what do you think is the most extreme? Like, which religion do you think will go to the ends of the world to get their vision through?
If I had to pick out of, you said extreme.
Remember what the Christians did. Remember the Christians' crusades. Yeah, like what do you think, as far as the extremes of each religion, which one kind of is no holds barred, doesn't give a fuck, they want theirs to be number one no matter what?
This is the easiest question for me to answer without hesitation, even over Satanism, okay? Islamists want the return of the caliphate. They're saying in English, from the river to the sea, and Arabic literally says just basically from water to water, not even river to the sea. It is from water to the other end of the earth where there's more fucking water. So the entire globe, we want to be just Arab or Muslim. I'm more afraid of that, and we see
but that's what
the
they
most
want.
Savagery
Right, okay.
from them.
That's okay. So that's the point I was trying to get to. I know that's what they want, but you think their savagery would take them above Christian and Jewish people? Like, could Christians be more savage than Muslim?
I think the capacity is always there, and I think when we broaden it, everybody's capable of doing the most heinous of acts, and that there is no border of religion. But I think,
But I guess what I'm trying to utilize is religious text. Like, as far as what religion, and I think we may know, maybe it be an ignorant thing as far as what the true text says, but it does seem like the Muslim religion, as far as like the most extreme aspects of that religion and what they say is allowed and what they consider ethical, is different as far as what the Jewish people and the Christian people deem ethical for their religion to survive. It seems like one religion, the Muslim religion, as far as the extreme sides, seems like they're okay. It's ethically moral for them to eliminate other people who are not of their religion. Whereas in the Christian text and the Jewish text, I'm not necessarily sure if that's applicable. Like, if they say you're allowed to unalive people to make sure your religion is number one.
So, okay, yeah. So that's where I'll have to concede at the behest of even my own favoritism. This is the Star of David, and I know there's somebody in there that was like, what about Judaism? First, I want to state, you don't see this same barbarism that we see almost too commonly from the Jewish people. So my argument is always that Islam seems to be the one that fails at assimilation. Even if there's horrible shit in the Torah or the Talmud, they are modernized and have assimilated to the modern day, to where we are. We still see the heinous practices from Sharia law, which is advocated for day in and day out in the open, and even within our own borders. I am biased. I am biased, and I'm opening the platform for anybody to challenge me. And I know some of you, I've seen some of the comments as best as I can, have different feelings. Did I evade the question in its entirety? I went on a rant.
No. Do you think anybody wants to call in right now while we're doing some Mandami stuff?
I want to make sure that there's Brent. I'll just call you Brent. Or somebody said kitbag, and I'm familiar with this word. This is an Islamic term. So I'm going to call kitbag or something to take care of them. Again, threats or whatever, the language or commentary you're trying to get over to me because I say what I say does nothing but compel me even further to keep on calling out all of the horse shit.
Yeah, I mean, like imagine like let's say like this guy's name is Brent, right? And let's say whatever religion he is. Imagine if the shoe was on the other foot, where like, you know, he was trying to protect his religion and say, oh, I don't know about the other thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how sometimes people can't see similarities in what's going on as far as just defending the thing that I grew up with. It's not shitting on your thing, so to speak, but I'm just defending this aspect. And I don't like, why is that necessarily negative to old Brent over there? But you want to play a little more of this Mandami speech? Like, so this is just a quick quip of his speech. I want to see if you believe him or not, as far as what he says. There's only like a 20-second clip.
All right.
I promise you this. If you are a New Yorker, I am your mayor. Regardless of whether we agree, I will protect you, celebrate with you, mourn alongside you, and never, not for a second, hide from you.
We'll see, I guess, right? I mean,
never for a second will I hide from you. Is that his parting words?
That's what he said. He's not going to hide.
That was ominous. What a weird thing to slip in that little moment of trying to inspire and make everybody feel like, you know, you got the right guy now. I'm never going to hide or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not a hider or anything. No. All right, and then after he finishes his speech off, this is for one of our favorite callers out there. This is for Joe Pond, because he was really mad when Elon Musk waved by and it looked like a dang Nazi salute. But then we played one video of Ma'am Dammy doing the same thing. Not a word, but Ma'am Dammy loves this salute, man. He loves this gesture, so you ain't gonna see him not do it. So he does it one more time on New Year's Eve, just for us, just for everyone, just for Joe Pond. There it is, right there. And I'll explain. Hey!
You knew we were gonna cover this. Thanks, Mandani. Yep. So if Joe Pond were here, I'd be asking the same damn question, and it's amazing that selective cherry picking site. But we're all guilty of it. And SZ, I do see you. This is an individual that shares in some of the concerns that I have shared in. The Muslim corsairs came up to Europe and started taking slaves. The Crusades were predicated and started by the Muslims attacking. But I won't spread my word as law. I am not infallible. I may get some shit wrong. Anyway.
So here's the difference between me and Joe Pond. I can sit here and tell you he's not doing a Nazi salute. I can sit here and tell you that. I can say, but it's fun to, like, you know, but if I was a shithead and like a lot of other people, they would say Elon wasn't doing it, but then they would dick ride this as if it was a Nazi salute. It's like, then you're saying Elon did it. You got to, you know, like, hold your ground, hold fast. Like, yeah, it looks like it, sure, but we know it's not. That's the thing.
You want to do something fun for the show?
Yeah.
Let me live call Joe Pond and ask him to tune in.
Just let him know he's online.
Yeah, look at this, and please tell me that you see something else. You know, like all right, Joe. For context, this is somebody that only calls what you just see a Nazi salute if it's
done by a
conservative.
Yeah.
But if they're liberal, Democrat, no, see no evil, speak no evil. Joe Pond.
He's not going to pick up too. He's not going to pick up too. Maybe he's watching and he doesn't want to answer because he knows he's fucked. Because
this is shocking. I'm leaving a message. Hold on.
Ask him if it was a Nazi salute. You got this.
How dare you, sir? For one, I know you don't have a life, so that's insulting to not take my call.
Burn.
Secondly, Stuck in the Middle is live, and the audience and Stuck in the Middle wants to know. We want to see. Have you seen Mandani's Nazi salute?
His new Nazi salute.
His new Nazi salute.
It's the second one.
There's another one, Joe Pond. So if Elon Musk did the Nazi salute, and who else was it? All the other Republicans that you look at and they do anything and you say, oh, Nazi, I want you to bring that same energy. We're here for you. You know where to find us. Take care, buddy. I'm trying to work on the God bless you thing. Take care. Trying
Gesundheit.
not to say God bless. All right.
Gesundheit. That's what you guys. Gesundheit. What you say? So there you go.
Okay.
Nazi salute, ma'am, dammy. Okay, we can move on from this fuck now. But
Yeah.
let's stick within the New York vibe. Go ahead.
What lie have I said about Muslims? Please, Morrisant, please, anything that I've said, correct me.
How about this? I'm gonna
Correct
do this
me.
real quick. Okay, so if that's up, then we can do
Hamdi Bonia. I'm not a Christian as much as I have been warring with what spirituality I abide by. I was an atheist for a long time. I have just surrendered to a God of my understanding, and there's no denomination. So you are trying to poke at me by saying, "Oh, look, nice Christianity," talking about hate. I'm just speaking very freely, and I'm not worried about offending anybody. And I'm open to be. You want to call in? We'll put the number up.
The number's up 954-546-3455. If you feel like calling and talking to us about what we're talking about, 954-546-3455. Let's move on. Sticking with the New York topic and also the Muslim topic. Kathy Hochul did this. I don't know if you guys are aware, but January is Muslim American Heritage Month. This began roughly somewhere between 2020 and 2023, so it's relatively new. But I think this move is even newer. What she decided to do is she asked for one world trade to be lit up in green, in celebration of Muslim American Heritage Month. Now, some people are pretty pissed off about this. They're like, hey, World Trade Centers, that group of people, some people think it's tone deaf because of the implications there. I've seen a lot of people coincide the green colors with Hamas, so they're tying it into Palestine, as more support for Palestine as over the Jewish people. So just all in all, when you see that and I'm talking to you, Eli, when you see that Kathy Hochul wanted this to happen, she wanted this one world trade lit up in green. How do you feel about that? What are your thoughts on this whole thing here?
So I think for those of you that have stuck around and don't like some of the things I've said, you might be shocked at my initial reaction. I've seen some of the clickbait kind of outrage that's going on, and we all know it's easier to be angry. It just is. It's so much harder than to be logical or to forgive, and I'm guilty because, again, human, infallible. I don't think it's too soon for a representation of Islam and there was relevance, right, for this day?
No, just the entirety of January is Muslim American Heritage Month.
Okay. I mean, shit, like, as a former I'm a New Yorker. I get the optics, I suppose, but it doesn't bait me into rage as you would think, given how I already feel. I think, I don't know, like, I think Dr. J said something like she thinks that they were trolling the right. She thinks she was trolling the right wing with that, which would be amusing to me. Yeah. But I'm just not outraged at that. I am more fearful of. I'm going to put this very bluntly, and it's not going to be popularly taken or widely accepted, and that's okay. That's what we're here for. Discourse. Inviting the third world, you become the third world. And that's how I strongly feel when it comes to Sharia and the tenets of Islam, Muhammad, all that shit. But even though, with that being said, regardless, this did not trigger me.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with somebody, and at first wasn't attacking this person. I was just figuring out because it, it's tone deaf. And I was like, well, Muslim American Heritage Month, I guess, has been celebrated for a little while. And they're like, yeah, no, it's not necessarily the celebration. It's because they choose the color. And like, to me, the color is synonymous, the same thing, whether it's Muslim American Heritage Month or it's green. Green is Muslim, and a Muslim American Heritage Month is Muslim. So like I didn't see, the point as why they were trying to say, oh, I'm a little more upset that they chose the color green as opposed to just celebrating the month in total. But my idea here was, I'm just kind of going to go over some of my comments because I feel like I really fucking bossed the comments here on this one. And as opposed to try to like remember what I said, I'm just kind of going to read it for you. I said, it says, oh, I see. It's not the celebration as much as it's the color choice. I got you. I'll be honest. I'm ignorant to that one. Is the implication people are making that she specifically chose the colors with Hamas in mind, or that if you had an open choice of colors, why would you choose green and not put 2 and 2 together before you did? Side question that I'm going to look into, does green represent more than just Hamas? Meaning, has green been tied with the Muslim religion, regardless if extremists have used the same color? And the answer was yes. As far as I know, green is the color for the Muslim religion. Now, I understand not all Muslims are extremists, but to put the color of the religion that the extremist group that bombed the towers was representing, again, seems tone deaf. And I could definitely understand New Yorkers who lived through 9/11 being upset about it. This is my response. I said, I hear you. I said, I just feel as if we allow extremists to own the symbols of an entire religion, culture, or nation, then no shared symbol is safe. Then by using that logic, so to speak, Americans couldn't fly the U.S. flag because the KKK wrapped itself in it. Christians couldn't wear crosses because extremists committed violence in its name. No country could ever keep a flag. No religion could ever have a color. No ideology could ever have a symbol. I'm intentionally being a little reductive here and a touch hyperbolic. I definitely get that there are New Yorkers who are upset about it. That doesn't mean people who are wrong. That doesn't mean people are wrong for feeling hurt, especially those New Yorkers who lived through 9/11. Trauma most definitely changes how people perceive symbols. There is a conflation here too, as far as people thinking that everyone reacting to this is a bigot or something else. I definitely don't think that everyone who is reacting emotionally about this is a bigot. It could just simply be stirring up a memory. Whether that memory is, acceptable for them to be mad, that's in a different point. But I say if she didn't put that color up, you'd be letting the extremists win. You'd be letting the extremists take over that color. And
if it dictated your actions, yes.
Yes.
I have to address something very briefly
so
we can return. I see this little thing going between two chatters, one that's a longtime subscriber and another one that's, Hamboni, who has said he's Muslim, and I still respect you as a human being. I just want to have a great dialogue about your religion, your practices, and what you believe, Taqiyya, Sharia. Regardless, though, the two of you, no addresses being posted, talking about violence and beating each other up. It's just silly. That's all. Talking about going IRL. Okay, now do continue, please.
Yeah, okay, so this is the last 2 comments. He said, you make some fair points. For sure, I agree that we shouldn't allow tragedy and extremists to taint a symbol or message, but that's idealist thinking. When horrific acts are done in the name of a movement, that movement stains the culture the movement represents. And I said I would actually disagree. I would say that's not idealistic at all. To not allow a tragedy and extremists to taint a symbol or message is actually pragmatic. As I'm sure you know, an idealist likes to operate off what should be, whereas a pragmatist operates off what works. And what actually works and has worked is not surrendering cultural meaning to extremists. Every time we let the worst people redefine an entire symbol, we give them lasting power they never deserved or earned. Honor their trauma, acknowledge the pain, but do not permanently exile symbols from the millions who had nothing to do with the crime. Once you accept that logic, no culture, nation, or faith can ever recover from whatever its worst chapter was. The American flag, the Christian cross, Germany, and the Iron Cross, name a few. And then I pretty much said, I guess another question would be, then how long would we have to wait for that to be okay? And there was no answer to that. But that was my take on the whole thing. I guess just to sum it up is you let the extremists win. If she would be damned if she did and damned if she didn't. Meaning, if she put it up, people who don't like Muslims are pissed off. If she didn't put it up, people who like Muslims are pissed off. There was no winning here. And to me, staying the course, like, hey, we did this. We've had a Muslim American Heritage Month for a few years now. We need to keep doing it. If we don't keep doing it, we look weak. Like you're not going to change the things that we're, quote, proud of just because a few bad characters, spoiled, or soiled their name.
Yeah, 19 hijackers out of a 15 to 25 percentile range. Yes, overall, absolutely correct. The only practical question I have, which is maybe not even a solution, I do agree. Damned if she did, damned if she didn't. Could she have fucking chose any other icon in New York? But again, maybe.
But isn't that like a big? It's almost like. You didn't win kind of thing. Like the thing that you're associated with, we said, hey, we're proud to have you here. Go fuck yourself kind of thing.
I mean, it's so odd when something like a political act is essentially left up to interpretation.
Right.
Yeah. It's
like a movie that ends and the fucking director goes, but it's up to you to decide how it plays. Like it ends on this weird open thing, and it's up to you to. It's like I don't want to fucking pay for that. You're supposed to give me a story.
Most of us hate those fucking endings.
Yes.
And for good reason. So if she'd make some fucking statement, if the backlash is loud enough, whatever the case, to somebody like me, you'd think this would be the trigger or the clickbait I'd be just frothing at the mouth for, and it didn't do it for me. I'm a New Yorker, and you'd think I'd be that guy, but no, it didn't piss me off. That's all.
That's good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The number is up if you do feel like calling 954-546-3455. Don't be scared. We don't bite. It is on. So if you want to call, give us a call. We're here for that. I guess.
Yeah, there's definitely people that I think are engaged, passionate enough to speak.
Call.
Yeah,
if you're so engaged, you're so passionate, call 954-546-3455. We got one at a time. But call, talk to us. Pick our brain.
Andy, I'm not going to continue to just respond to you because I don't want to make you feel special, but calling it the crusade of the Middle East because what Bush did, well, Bush done fucked up by going after Iraq, but it all was predicated upon those Muslims from
Hey, give me a second.
Iran deciding to attack the US of A. So, just like October 7th and the horrible crimes that were committed of the Israeli people, that's another. There seems to be a long history of fuck around, find out when it comes to the Muslim people. And here's something that I know is going to get outrage, and I'm going to stop pre-illustrating it with that. This is going to be one of my most unhinged comments because I've just been thinking about this a lot as of late, so bear with me. I know it's popular to be anti-Semitic right now, and I've been watching great debates between Muslim scholars, Jewish scholars, and there was one that really sticks out, and the Jewish or Israeli Jewish Arabic speaker said there's only, 17 million of us, the Jewish people, and there's 1.9 billion of you, and we're still beating your ass at every war. Every time you attack, we whoop it. And even financially, and I know that's always an easy target when you bring up Jews and finances, but we're beating you in industry as well. And if Allah or God or Yahweh wills it, isn't this God's way? So I found that entire back and forth very intriguing, and if that inspires anybody to want to say something, by all means. If any of the Muslims that are here that believe Allah is, making sure everything plays out in His name, image, and it's preordained, how come He's handing y'all so many L's?
Ooh, damn.
Yeah.
What did I miss?
I
come back
covered
to
a
some
debate that I
violence.
watched that it was the first positive way for for me to see the perspective of the Jews having wealth
Which
all the
debate was
time.
this?
I mean, I sent it to myself. I'll send it to you later. But
You don't want to tell me?
I'm finding a lot of new people to follow, so I can better understand and watch what literature they recommend, so I can go in turn and read. I want to know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'll be the first to admit I'm not well researched by literally looking up these books within my hand. I search verses, and I found a very interesting passage in the Quran of all places, where it literally says in the Quran, where Moses talks about Israel, the people need to return to Israel. I copied and pasted them, but basically that it's God's will that Israel remain, stay, and that the people survive and thrive. It's in there, and I have the passages. All right.
One of my the guy that I used to work for, and that I was talking about earlier, he was Muslim, Jewish, U for Jesus, back to Muslim. He would always tell me that everything made more sense when you read all three together. Like he would tell me all the time, bro, you must read all three because they all kind of work off each other. He was a big proponent in that. He's like, there's a lot of crossover, and they talk about certain people that cross. It's like, that part was kind of interesting. I was like,
You know what? I mean, I know I'm like a fly on shit, but with the Quran, Muhammad constantly placated the people, even the Jews. In the beginning, his word wasn't that popular. He just got better at saying what was okay, what needed to be said, so that things would be almost politically correct. And then only later, when he got more militant, did he get all heavy-handed. It's just so much. It is fascinating, and I do intend to be doing a lot of reading and research. All right. With that being said, I guess we can get into more of the Somali, Minnesota fraud fun stuff. Let's kick it off with fucking good news, though, right? I mean, this has got to be like the best news to come out of all this, and to say, this kind of flies in the fucking face of everyone trying to debunk everything. Like, I got a post from Mercado Media. I'm not sure if you're familiar with them. Just kind of like a more smaller YouTuber, right? Then you have I got something from Occupy Democrats, right? Then I got something from CNN, right? Then I got something from a different source that kind of wants to corroborate some of the things that said. But you tell me here, anybody, if you're on the left, if you're pro what's going on in Minnesota, I don't know how you would be, but if everything that Nick Shirley uncovered, right, and if it's been going on for 10 years now, right, then why would the great Minnesota governor not run for re-election next year?
Oh!
That's right. He dropped out. He's not doing it. He's not doing it amid the child care fraud scandal. But he's been doing so well. But what about the fake thing that Nick Shirley uncovered caused him to really resign? That's what I want to know. Like, if it was all fake and it was all blown out of proportion, as they're trying to say, why would something that's blown out of proportion get somebody to resign, to not run again? The only stupid speculative devil's advocate approach I could possibly offer is that, and you really got to reach for this one, he understands, or his people understand, that the backlash is too bad, be it innocent or not. But it's fake. And the backlash is only coming, quote, from the right. Everybody on the left loves him. So what does he have to be concerned of? I hope one day a jail cell, but very, very optimistic of me. Yeah, it just shows like guilty. I'm a guilty Muppet. My bad. That's what I see, and I'm only going off Cliff Notes of hearing things and seeing things as I scroll. This is not something I've specifically done a lot of research on. Let me see if I can get I had a clip of him giving his little speech about why. Oh, like he blames Trump.
Now he says he's giving up as governor. Minnesota's Tim Walz announcing today he will no longer run for a third term.
Every minute that I spend defending my own political interest would be a minute I can't spend defending the people of Minnesota against the criminals who prey on our generosity and the cynics.
You were the guy who said you were uncovering it. What do you mean? I don't understand. I don't understand why this makes sense to people as far as what he's saying as his reason to resign. Oh, it'll be too much. I mean, it'll just the optics. It'll just what? You're innocent. You didn't do anything wrong. Why you? No, but the optics. Just I can't.
Taking full accountability for the algorithm that I have built around me and that I'm sucked into. You say the left still love him?
Yes. Yes.
Why? Because he's become a polarizing figure of. Like, why is he defended? Why is he loved by them?
Well,
I don't.
In my opinion, first and foremost, it's because he was running against Donald Trump with Kamala Harris.
Oh, it's the whole Trinity thing.
Yes.
Yeah, blue no matter who shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And again, because somebody on the right leaked it and exposed it, that means it's fake. So they got to back the guy that it's exposing because the fake MAGA guy, was giving out misinformation, Nick Shirley. You know what I mean? Like, that's another part of it. Like, I wonder if it was, a well-respected leftist doing the investigation and uncovered this. Would it have played out as it's played out as far as how the left is like, what? No. See, dude, we'll get into it. There's a lot. I know you know a lot of it. I know a lot of people know a lot of it, but let's just try to do our best we can with a nice overview of it all. There's so much, so juicy. There's so much to try to weave and tangle out of.
Oh yeah, no, it's actually intimidating, chaotic when I took a step back to look. Thanks to the chat, Butcher Baronov, or I should say Joe Barron and K Bear Gaming. I see it too. The motherfucker looks like Bud Dwyer. He looks like he was about to get a manila envelope handed to him.
He looks like Bud Dwyer as a Muppet.
Yeah, I'll go with that. Cotton coming out instead.
Yeah, like the crazy hair, like that really wide mouth that looks like you can put a hand and go, bah, 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 bah. Like he's got a really wide, flat mouth that, like, if you know puppets and stuff like that, they got this very flat, and he has this really wide, flat face. He's a Muppet.
Well, at this point, I demand evidence, and I need to see. And don't ask me based on terms of service how we can get to it that he is not made of like cotton and shit. So.
Cotton and shit.
Yep. He's full of shit. And as a alleged puppet, I'm sure there's nothing but cotton between those fucking ears.
All right, let's hear some of his dropout video.
Every minute that I spend defending my own political interest would be a minute I can't spend defending the people of Minnesota against the criminals who prey on our generosity and the cynics who want to prey on our differences. So I've decided to step out of this race, and I'll let others worry about the election while I focus on the work that's in front of me for the next year.
Well, the shocking
So could he have run for? Sorry.
No, that's it.
Dr. J had a fair question. Anyone know if his third run was as an independent, or does Minnesota allow more than 2 terms? Because that was his second, right?
Yeah, I don't think that term thing applies. I think it's only to presidents. Yeah,
okay.
I think
that's
mayors, governors. I think you can run, dare I say, ad nauseum.
Okay.
There could be a cap. There could be a cap, maybe like 4 terms or something like that. But it's not as low as a presidential term is.
Correct. Doraku, I agree. And some people will call fuck it. We know who the people are that would call this hate speech, but here, I'll read it for you. Doraku, thanks for engaging. Deport all fraudsters who immigrated to the U.S. and seize any assets they own, including money, if they can't prove it was earned legally. I'm with that shit. Let's reallocate. If only I was confident that it would be reallocated in a way that actually helps people like you and me, Doraku, instead of going into the pockets of the people in power. I'd really use that as a talking point.
Let's see. For Minnesota state law does not impose term limits for mayors. There's no statewide restriction on how many times a mayor can run or serve. So they're allowed to do it and their terms are either 2 years or 4 years, depending on the city's election system. And as far as no term limits for mayors, you have New York, Chicago, Dallas, Phoenix, Miami. If a city has no term limits, a mayor can serve for life as long as they keep winning elections.
Well, no shit. All right.
There you
I
go.
learned my fact of the day. By the way, our boy Craig is giving you a little shout out. Josh, will you ever get Eli to dress as professional as you? Keep trying, brother. Well, Craig.
Never.
Yeah.
I ask him every time before we go on. I say, Eli, do you see what I'm wearing? I say that. I say, and that's all I say. I say, Eli. He says, yeah. I said, do you see what I'm wearing? And he goes, yeah. And I go, okay. And he goes,
I got a solution for this, Josh.
Yep.
I got an easy one. We all win.
Yep.
If we could, I don't know. Let's hit a goal here.
Talk to me.
We get what? I like 20, I don't know where we're at. I haven't checked in a minute, but
be humble. What do we got?
It's like 20 subs.
You want to get 20 subs?
20 subs, and
where would
damn
20
it,
subs put us at? Like, what number would that be that we got to hit? What's 20
Well,
subs?
I mean, we were gone for a month because of work and
I think
travel.
we were at,
so
what, 2393? So that's where we were at. So we want to get to 2393.03. We want to get to 2413.
Yes. Even if you feel that I've been rage baiting or saying things, that whatever the case, show me that you're willing to have a conversation, even if you're not willing to call when the phone number is there. Just remain in the conversation. It's when we stop communicating, that's when I'll truly be terrified.
All right,
So
let's,
yeah,
let's
that's the
get
goal. More V-necks. Yeah, no, I will actually get like, I don't know if I can get to Josh level professionalism,
You can.
but I'll definitely get,
can help you
like
get there.
polo.
You want my
khakis.
stylist? I'll give you my stylist's number.
I may hit me up with your Alfred Pennyworth.
Yeah, they're really good. So let's just check out, I guess, 3 clips from this Nick Shirley documentary. Everyone's been seeing them, but we'll check them out just, for the show's sake. Let's see. Here we go.
Cheers. I'll drink some H2O. I'm almost 2 years, no alcohol.
Dude. When's the year or when's the date rather?
Okay, so that being that this is like what the 3rd time I've quit booze, you'd think I
knocked on the door.
learn to
and my
remember the
surprise,
fucking date.
What you did?
I this time I cold turkeyed and went to AA for like a couple of months, but I was just counting the day. I was counting every single day, and I've lost track, and I'm bad at that. I can only say it's close to 2 years.
That's awesome, man. I'm proud of you. That's really cool. That's hard. That's a hard
Yeah,
thing
but
to do.
like from what I've been told, everybody that gets sober knows their sober date, and I feel like I fucked up. But anyway, all right.
Yeah.
But thank you. Yeah, we all play by our own rules. Anyway.
Exactly. It goes to show you're more focused on staying sober as opposed to worrying about the date and how long you were. Just like, I just want to stay this way. I don't care about when it started. It doesn't matter to me.
Right. Actually, eloquently said. OT, welcome, and Ham. Again, you know what? Just do your thing. I don't know who you're talking about. Just get a target with a picture of this guy. I don't know. Are you talking about Mandana? Anyway, you keep talking with that energy. Call us when you grow a pair.
So mad. Oh, like a lot of people don't like this kid. I know that. We're playing it. We're watching it. It's been out there. We got to watch it as a show. Relax. You don't even know what we're going to say yet. He's totally spot on, though, by the way, this guy.
I think Ham is just
going
angry
ham?
that we're kafors.
Ham's just doing his thing. He's just going ham.
You know,
wait.
as a Muslim,
Is
it's
Ham
funny
Muslim?
that you're. To my understanding, I think, and he also added he wasn't a practicing Muslim, but he is a Muslim. He said that. Talking to the guy at the bottom. Okay, hey, my bad. Hey,
What did I do now? What did I do?
Just get. Oh, I think he was saying go to Target and maybe not put it this. I don't know.
Go to Target. What does that mean?
Like, I'm thinking maybe it was a reference to the store. I don't want to get derailed too much.
Oh, what?
But it looked like he said
because I have such good clothes. Is that why?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Even though I originally thought that he stated put this guy's face on a target, and I think it was.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's what I read, right? So okay.
And now he's not saying that. Like, what did I say? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, Nick Shirley.
Yeah.
Let's check this guy out. This is
for target practice. There. Now he's made it clear. Okay.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate it. Yep. Appreciate you. I don't know what I said, but thank you.
I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door.
Hello? Can we speak? I would like to check a child in the daycare.
Why?
Can I speak to a manager? Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare.
And after a few questions, the lady went silent.
Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here.
I was trying to see which two centers those were. ABC Learning Center, and what's the other one? Twins Home Healthcare. ABC Learning Center.
And Twins Home Healthcare. So this is like, from what I've heard, again, because I didn't do a lot of my own research, there's a lot of these kind of establishments that were around, and they're ghost towns. So it's just living examples of our money being completely just defrauded from us.
There's a lot of these things, and what we're going to find out too is apparently you're allowed to buy a house and turn the house into a home healthcare situation. And we got a video of that, someone kind of exposing or allegedly letting us know that this is a possibility that's going on. It's like almost like 400 houses. Just wait.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here.
And now where are we going?
Now we're going to Sweet Angel Childcare.
We're in the middle of a strip mall here inside of this neighborhood.
In fiscal year 20.
So I want to make this clear that this guy to the right of Nick Shirley, screen right, I think his name is David, okay? And I think this guy, he got in touch with Nick Shirley and said, hey, here's the places that this is going on to. So I'm not sure how Nick Shirley stumbled upon this. So you also have to question what this guy David's motivations are as well. You know what I mean? Like you got to his truth here, so to speak. So as far as I know, this guy to the right of Nick Shirley, his name is David, and David was the one that said, hey, Nick, come this way. There's a lot of this shit going on, and I can show you them. So something, just something to chew on.
Like you're looking for an agenda?
Looking for agenda, or maybe, you know, if I'm trying to allude what I'm trying to allude to, there could be a possibility that this guy is giving, you know, a younger guy false information. Hey, look what I got. I got a big breaking story for you. And again, but then we go back to Tim Walz resigning, right? So it's not really all the people, Occupy Democrats, Mercado Media, CNN, kind of pooping on what happened here. The simple fact that Tim Walz resigned is kind of going against them, in my opinion.
I happen to agree.
Yeah. Let's keep going a little bit.
This facility, which has its license for 74 kids, was paid $1.26 million in tax money. And there are no kids. And all the facilities are the same way. All of them.
Let's see if anyone opens.
Yeah, let's see.
Once again, I try to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door.
And okay, I'm putting this out there too. Apparently, as well as a lot of the places he was going to, like, look right here. This is interesting. Do you see this thing on the door right here?
Sure.
Okay, that's usually what people have up on the door when it's being shown by realtors and stuff like that. When it's up on the market, like that's a key holder that holds a key to get inside the door. Whether they're using it for that, I don't know, but that is it. Normally you see that on places where you're going to check out for a rental or for to buy. It's, you know, the realtor's taking you there. Like many times, like when I'm doing remodels, a few houses have this thing on there where you got to enter in the code, take the key out to get inside the house. So I'm just seeing this right now.
Okay, so that being a red flag to you,
not necessarily a red flag, but it's something that I'm taking in while I'm watching this. It's not, I'm not like hold up, but I'm like, that's kind of, you know, you don't normally see that on a place where they, you know, could they have a lot of people who, you know, okay, Monday Eli takes over, Tuesday Josh takes over, Wednesday Eli takes over, and as opposed to giving someone the key every day, they just keep it in this thing. Sure, maybe, right? But normally you see that kind of box for things that are, you know, rentals and things that are up for sale, stuff like that, where you're kind of going in with a realtor to check it out. You're like, you're going in not, no one's there. That's why that box is there. No one lives there. No one's working there. That's your way to get in to check out what you're going to be purchasing or checking out.
Okay, and I get it. You just have the active skepticism as you watch all things, which is what we always try our best to do when we present anything here on the show.
And Joey, and they would not open the door.
I want to put my son Joey in daycare. Because I need a spot to put my son Joey.
So there you go, though. That's another interesting thing here. Not only is this thing on the door, but then they have a Ring camera right by his face, right? And then someone's responding. So, like, nothing makes sense here as far as what we're looking at. Like, why, if no one's occupying it and they have this little, renter's key lock on there, but yet they still have a Ring camera, but someone's in there. What?
I'm looking for other opinions or insight in chat. Landlords leave them all the time outside of buildings in big cities. Okay, that would be addressing, I guess, the lockbox. But okay, yeah. And I see you're saying
but landlords
a lot of
leave
things
them
are
out
tying together very conveniently for the sake of this.
A landlord would leave them out
in.
for people to check out for a vacant space, though. Like, I don't know what the person said inside the comments, but usually that thing is left out for that reason, not just, not for that devil's advocate vibe I was playing out earlier.
I do not believe that there is anything strange about the Ring camera thing, though. That's everywhere, especially
right. But if no one lives there,
an alleged kids like even just for the optics of being a center for kids,
right?
Yeah.
Cause I need a spot to put my son Joey.
Yes.
Is this your daycare center?
No, I work there. What's happened?
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the doors.
You work here?
I was, yeah. What's happened?
Where are the kids?
Yeah?
It says it's licensed for 74 children. Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
When?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website.
A capacity isn't necessarily the amount of people that are there.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's going to be filled to that capacity. It's just the maximum.
Unless
you put on the layers of skepticism with me now. Like, I'm second guessing everything I'm seeing here, but I'm still.
Honestly, you should always have like a little bit of a when you're seeing things online that are getting clicks and just like we're going to have some things about how Mercado Media and Occupy Democrats and CNN want to pretend like everything is fine here. I'm going to be like, to that as well. Keep the same incredulousness across the board and not just be incredulous to the things that don't align with your opinion.
Agreed. Don't just turn it on for the sake of convenience and echo chambers.
Right.
Yes.
You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
Kids there.
How many?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay, well, then you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
No? Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
No! You're a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you?
No! You're a liar. I'm the owner. Like, okay.
Didn't quite fit as a response. Like,
it is weird though, right? Like, you're all Somali, you're all Muslim, and some white guy's coming up. He's like, "Hey, can I put my son here?" You're like, "Fuck, are you here for? You're kind of not the right color, buddy." You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's just like
Fed vibes or some shit.
Right.
Like, what is this, a sting?
You a Proud Boy? What's going on?
Yeah.
You ice?
Sure, given.
Ice, baby? Here's another one where he's going to check out another area.
Generated.
This one.
We're going to the next daycare center. How much money has this one generated?
This one, in fiscal year 2025, $1,042,059. In fiscal year 2024, $1,059,078. And in fiscal year 2023, $727,336.
This next one is literally 1 block away, and this one's also generated nearly $3 million in the past 3 years. Let's see if there's any children. Let's see if any of the buildings are open. Here we go. All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center. All the windows are blacked out. Let's see if anybody is here. This door is locked.
This facility is licensed for 40 children. 0 children. I've come by this place 100 times. I've never seen a child here, ever. The only thing I've ever seen is someone standing outside smoking.
What's crazy about this is that last daycare center is that green building right there. And the other daycare center right now is right here. These buildings should be operating as they're receiving literally millions of dollars.
Here's another interesting fact that I keep hearing too. In Minnesota, 89% of Somalians are on some kind of welfare. Right?
Okay.
So if you're not working and are home, why are your kids going to daycare?
Yeah, that would be a logistical question, sure.
Right. And a lot of these daycares, they're like for like after work from like 2 to 10 or something like that. Apparently they're supposed to be open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. or something like that. And a lot of them, they're for like, oh, they're after work daycare. They're for like 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. daycares. So,
knowing that they, let's assume a 2-parent household is getting this assistance, the implication is that at least one of them wouldn't be working. That is that a safe assumption?
Well, I think the assumption would be that if the family's on welfare, none of them are working.
Okay.
Can a husband be making money but the wife be on welfare?
I personally don't know.
I don't think so, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so. I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
Okay, interesting comment because I'm not quite certain on the context, but at least it's pertinent. No visual access to children is normal for security purposes.
I agree.
Nobody wants to risk there being an incident where a child is watched or given access to. So given, FYJ, given. But I think, we're talking about Minnesota here. We know there's no secret about what has been going on in Minnesota and all the misappropriated money, tax dollars. None of this is normal,
right,
what we're seeing.
And you bring up a good point. This is what's been going on. So all of a sudden for people to say, oh, no, everything's fine. Like in 2022, that white lady got indicted or, got arrested, she for one of the big players in this. But we're going to see some interesting stats here that even the Associated Press reported. And, they're not necessarily one to be biased towards the right. So let's keep going just a little more.
As they're receiving literally millions of dollars.
I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door.
Hello? Can we speak? Yeah. I would like to check a child in the daycare. Why? Can I speak to a manager? Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare.
And after a few questions, the lady went silent.
Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't.
That's the same one. So there's that, and here's the third one, and then we'll get on to a few more. I cannot wait to get into some of these CNN clips regarding this whole Somali situation. Man, Scott Jennings is a motherfucker sometimes, in a good way. I'm
intrigued to see because I haven't been following it like I usually would, to see what's said. But ultimately, I really want to see if there's actual consequences and who those consequences are going to be laid upon.
Well, already you're seeing it. Tim Walz drops out. It's a big fucking consequence. I know. I understand, but I think that's the beginning.
No, I hope so. I really hope so, because we all need a W. And I think this is something. Fuck, man. I think I'm wrong in saying it as I think about it, but I hope not. It's a W for everybody if somebody in power is proven to be guilty and faces any consequences. It's a W for the people. I understand, apparently, since I've learned today, the left love him. That makes me very fucking sad, because we haven't even begun the investigation. So, all right. What's up, No Reply? Welcome, brother.
Check this out.
How you doing, man?
I just want to ask.
So this guy approaches Nick Shirley. And so we're seeing this video from this guy's point of view. This is a Muslim man that approaches, and it really escalates.
How you doing, man?
I just want to ask you.
Yes, sir.
Why are you sensationalizing the propaganda?
What are we sensationalizing?
To attack our community. What's your final objective?
We're not attacking your community by any means.
Are you making good money from this?
We're looking for fraud.
No, I'm
for
not.
instance, can you answer our question? Where's Safari Transportation Company 607?
1 second.
It's not there.
How much money are you? How much money are you making?
Dreamline Security.
How much money are you making
I make money
off
off
of
of
this?
YouTube. That's how I make my money.
Exactly. So you're making money off of sensationalizing.
That's my job.
And attacking the Somali community.
I'm not attacking you guys. We're asking.
I'll tell you the reason why this is happening. All right. Let me tell you the reason why you're attacking
fraud,
this.
correct?
Yeah. He's the reason.
Has nothing to do with race. This is fraud.
This is absolutely has to do with us being Muslim.
No, it does not.
All right, and us being from Africa. This is a constitutional argument. If you don't want us here, change the freedom of religion. Say, listen, we don't want Muslims in this country anymore.
We're not saying
no. Because when I go onto your comments, when I go onto your comments,
my comments,
what I see is people that say we do not want Muslims here. Kick every single Muslim in Minnesota out of Minnesota.
That's a comment.
You're preparing for the Somali community to maybe be taken to concentration camps, just like the Japanese community. All right?
Oh my
You're sensationalizing.
No, we're not.
All right,
Sir,
something that can that's something that can jeopardize the safety and the protection of the Somali community. If anything happens to the Somali community, listen, I'm not doing anything. I'm not physically touching you.
You're getting very close.
I'm not physically touching you. No, I'm not physically touching you.
This is fraud.
What you're doing, when I go into your comments,
you're defending fraud.
People who hate Muslims, who want us out of here for being Muslim, are using your material. Islamophobes
So now because people in his comments are saying shitty things, he's at fault for it. You know, how many people in a leftist video comments say shitty things? They don't get it. Like, you know, it's just I hate to do the whataboutisms, but sometimes it's just very fitting.
I hate to admit when I'm triggered. It's not a popular thing to own, but holy fuck, almost every card and optic was laid at this Nick Shirley. This fucking asshole is trying to play the victim card for himself, and then he made it about race, then he made it about religion. He went to the most hyperbolic possible statements or possibilities and outcomes, all for the sake of trying to silence him. Fuck off, guy. If there was really a sense of this being sensationalized and that it's all in earnest, like it's just a misunderstanding, you wouldn't have the level of concern and pull the bullshit of identity politics you just did. Fuck that guy and everything he stands on. But fuck that guy.
He's right. It is about race and religion, and the left is making it about that.
As they do, even with the good intentions, the liberal Karens, you know, all that kind of shit is where it comes into play. And it's like hoist by my own petard, that stupid saying. They're always falling on that sword. The one issue they hope it's not about, they make it that issue.
They
do that. They manifest it.
Being Muslim are using your material. Islamophobes use your material. People who hate Islam use your material. Say to us, we don't want you here. Change the Constitution. But guess what? Let me tell you something. Guess what?
Say it. We're asking about
fraud.
No,
what you do, you hate Muslims.
I'm not saying I hate
you
Muslims.
You hate Muslims. Why are you attacking us? Are we the only community that suffers because of fraud?
We're talking about fraud.
Are we the only community that does fraud? Are we the only community that does this?
This is about fraud.
All right, but there's what, 300 Somali providers in all of Minnesota?
What would it really matter, like what communities do it? If this is the community that was doing the most right now, what does it, like, why can we not focus on that one first? Like, what's the
man has no legitimate argument.
He's just trying to make it racist. He's trying to make it into a race thing.
He's trying to make it every possible optic, trying to over politicize it. He's saying all of the perfect things that the exact people that you were just mentioning on the left do, and he's playing into that because they've made that bed for him to lay in. There's like, yeah, it's about racism, it's about Islamophobia, it's about, and what are the very things he uses as a weapon? claiming that they're about all of the things that the left invented.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually.
I'm not. Don't touch me. Do you speak English? Your security doesn't even speak English. Listen, let me tell you something.
See, this isn't a race issue.
Listen. Let me say something.
About fraud.
We have what? 1,000 providers?
Yeah, you guys have a.
Even it's 2,000 providers.
Okay,
you
sir.
want to sacrifice the safety of 80,000 people because of fucking 2,000 providers? Are you fucking mad? Are you stupid?
I'm not stupid. You're stupid.
You're sensationalizing. What about if a mass shooting happens in Minnesota? It will be.
This guy literally said, "Oh, just because 2,000 people are doing bad stuff." It's like, no, we're only focusing on them. Like what you're doing right now is you're inadvertently trying to group everyone together for whatever reason, and we're just focused on the people who are committing the fraud.
He's doing a better job of implicating everybody by using the very victimhood he thinks is somehow going to be his savior. And I love how this literally, like, assuming we watched it beginning to end, you know, without our interjection, that was 0 to 100. Dude came up like he was going to be civil, perhaps have, God forbid, an actual discussion, and he just goes unhinged. Way to represent, brother.
Thanks, bud.
Because of you. It will be because of you. If any Somali gets hurt in Minnesota, it's because of Nick fucking Shirley.
Not because they were committing fraud, but because of Nick fucking Shirley. Not because they were doing illegal things, but because the guy who kind of helped expose the illegal things. Right. Gotcha. Makes sense.
Make an enemy of your enemy. A great playbook, but, you know, work on making it less tarded.
But this is what America is inadvertently teaching, unfortunately. Which is like, yo, play the race card, play the victim. You'll be rewarded.
The pendulum of white guilt is played out, and I think beyond white people, like everybody, I think everybody's tired of the white guilt narrative. I think, you know, certain fatigues do exist, and I'll even admit, but even though everybody knows where I stand for the most part, people are tired of Israel getting involved in American anything. I feel the same way too, despite my beliefs. There's a lot of fatigue going on because a lot of this shit has just continued to go on unchecked.
If any Somali, if one single Somali gets hurt, it's because of you. Sensationalize this, you son of a bitch. Sensationalize this.
Wow, you're
Get the
very
fuck
nice.
out of our neighborhood.
Very nice.
Get the fuck out of our neighborhood.
Can you tell me where the
Get the fuck out of our neighborhood. We don't want you here.
Oh, your neighborhood.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Calm down, sir.
Get the fuck out of here. You want to sensationalize? You want clicks? You got clicks. You want clicks? You got clicks. You wanted clicks? You wanted YouTube? You wanted YouTube clicks? You got YouTube clicks. Now get the fuck out of our community.
Tell me where the
Get the fuck out of our community.
Tell me where the.
You stupid racist motherfucker.
Listen, you got to give it to him. He's not intimidated. You know, he's not intimidated. He's not cowering down to what this guy's yelling at him for. He's just saying, dude, it's fraud. It's fraud. We're just exposing fraud, man. You're off base.
Our buddy Joe Pond just joined in, and he comes out with a zinger here. This has been checked.
No, it hasn't,
Please
Joe
elaborate.
Pond. You're incorrect. It hasn't. It's been checked very, very on the face, as they say.
Tell me where
You stupid racist motherfucker. Say I don't want Muslims here. Say I don't want Muslims here. Say it. Say I want to change the Constitution.
No, I don't
and I want to change freedom of religion. And I don't want Muslim Somalis in Minnesota. Kick them out. I was born in this country. You have to take the passport away from me. That
So there you go. There's that. There's that.
You know, for the sake of catharsis, I'm just going to say to that specific guy, that individual that gave us all that gold, fuck you. You're a piece of shit and a poor representation of your entire people and a failure.
So here you go. Here's the homes thing.
Did you say the homeless thing?
The
Sorry.
homes.
Homes. Okay.
Check this out.
Ways that Somalians are scamming Minnesotans out of their taxpayer dollars In her community alone, Somalians have bought up over 455 homes. They buy these homes, claiming they're turning these homes into home health care centers. She says the way we know Somalians have bought these homes is because all of a sudden, extremely nice cars start showing up. Mercedes, BMWs, the nicest cars are parked in the driveway. And she said by law, the state will not come out and inspect these homes and make sure these homes even have clients living in these homes. She also said, as a realtor, she cannot disclose to people wanting to buy homes in this neighborhood that Somalians have bought that home and they're using that as a home health care center. She said these homes can even take people in who've just been released from jail, and the neighborhood does not need to know about this. But she says many of these homes do not even have clients in them. But the state is writing them checks every month for the clients that the Somalians say are in these homes, and these Somalians are making millions of dollars off of these homes every year. The Somalians have figured out exactly the perfect plan as to how to scam Minnesota taxpayers out of their money.
So there's the houses aspect of it.
It is no question why this has been such an outraging thing for everybody. We're on hard times. I think that's a very safe statement. Hopefully things improve because of the recent actions with Maduro and Venezuela. I'm really hoping this oil quarantine that's occurring will help us in some way. But by God, this is anybody to assume this is about anything else than being outraged at how big, how large this fraud has been, how long it's been going on, should have their fucking head checked.
This is great right here. Again, I don't know if this points to anything, but listen to what this guy said. So this, after Nick Shirley goes around to these few of these daycare centers, autism centers, he comes out and makes his press conference that, oh shit, his daycare got robbed.
Unfortunately, we saw that there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone.
Ah, shit. Fuck, the things that we needed, they're gone. Son of a bitch. Who did that, you know?
I need to take a picture of just that face. Like, that is the face of a fucking idiot liar.
It's such an old like lie too. Like, we've used that lie years ago, bro. Like, but that's just how, you know, they're a little behind current culture, so they're using old school tricks. Like, no. They broke in and you were looking for the employee records and the children enrollment, right? Yeah. Dude, unfortunately, you're never going to believe this. They broke in and stole those two things. Whoa.
Yeah, they're so valuable. I mean, it makes perfect sense why they would single that out.
Son of a gun.
Who doesn't want documents with bullshit on it? Wow, what a weak lie.
Listen to his whole thing.
Actually, we saw that there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone.
Look at the lady shaking her head in the background.
Checkbooks that were ripped.
Oh, checkbooks were ripped too.
Check papers that were ripped from our book.
Oh, shit.
This is devastating news, and we don't know why this is targeting our Somali community, as one video made by a specific individual made this all happen.
What? Don't tell me he's referencing.
No, that's what he's referencing. He said
Nick Shirley?
One video by a specific individual made this all happen.
Oh my God! Wow.
But there's nothing to see here. Everything checks out, right?
Of course, there's nothing suspicious here, Scooby.
Yeah. Wasn't for you meddling Somalis.
Oh shit! I can't repeat that comment, but dumb as Hank Johnson. I don't know who that is, so I'll read that part.
All right.
Hateful messages through our voice notes threatening us for the past couple of days, including one that happened yesterday morning after the break-in. This is frightening and exhausting because
it's like the same thing that happened to that one guy who, like, he got stabbed, and then after he got stabbed, he yelled a racial slur at his attacker. So then the court said, "Oh, well, you got stabbed, but because you said that racial thing, like, we're not going to charge the stabber because
it canceled it out."
So they're like, yeah, we committed fraud, but You know, they say really mean or racist things to us. So, I mean, I think we should kind of get off, right? We're good now because they were mean.
These blue fucking states, man.
This
Nobody
bitch right
can
here,
wonder-
they're all like this bitch right here, where she's just like, he's saying, and they broke it, and she's like, I can't believe they did that. This is just fucking crazy. She's just shaking her head. That's the people who believe this. This bitch right there.
Yeah, this is like the equivalent of the dog ate my fucking homework. And
Yes,
nobody got
yes.
more innovative than that. Like,
But trying to use it in 2025, like not trying to use the dog ate my homework when like at first when it was like a new and novel thing. Where's your homework, Timmy? The dog ate it. No, little Timmy just said that in 2025. Where's your homework, Timmy? The dog ate it. Shut the fuck up, okay?
You know what would have been more believable for the political climate right now?
Mm.
He should have just said the Jews did it.
Yes. You know what? I actually believe you when you said that right now.
It was convincing. I'm almost convinced just by hearing my own voice.
It makes sense, yeah. I mean, you're saying it. You're a Jew. I believe you.
I believe me too.
This is happening to us Somali communities as Somali Americans. We are supposed to stand with each other and help each other through everything that's happening.
You're supposed to stand with us while we defraud everything about you.
This is also sad that a video can cause all of this.
Not the fraud part, but the video. It's sad that the video can cause all, not the fraud, but just, the video.
What a dumb place to move the goalpost.
Who allowed this message to get out there? That's dumb.
Whoever chose this particular spokesperson, this is the dumbest thing I've seen all year.
Yeah. Oh wait, don't worry. There's one more. It gets a little more dumb.
I want to say that there are hundreds of daycares out there, Somali daycares that are out there, and we all help our children and everyone in our community.
Yeah, with all that fraud
we have
money.
High quality daycares, and this is very sad news that one individual who made a false claim about fraud that is happening in the daycares engaged everyone else to come and do this to us.
I want to 5 across the eyes, that dude. Holy shit. Yes, you can hear the water in his head, Harry, man. Jeez.
So, here's this lady. She can really grind your gears here. She's a good one.
Oh,
about how we really got here.
Ready?
So let's be honest about how we really got here. Our president decided he doesn't like the Somali community and he wants to destroy them. Speaker DeMuth and the GOP caucus sent a YouTuber out to create the narrative they want out there, not the truth, what they want you to believe.
So why did he fucking resign, you cunt?
It would be the biggest W if, in fact, this is such bullshit. I'm not even entertaining it. I'm just saying, hypothetically, if Tim, whatever the fuck his name is, was right about all of this and it's whatever the fuck they want it to be, he would get such a win and the support. He'd go all the way to the fucking primaries of the presidency if he was proven innocent. No, guilty as a motherfucker.
It's because the fraud occurred. So this is from the Associated Press. The U.S. Attorney's Office for Minnesota has also disclosed demographic data showing that approximately 89% of those charged in the Feeding Our Future case are Somali Americans, according to reporting from the Associated Press.
Well,
son of a bitch.
I'm going to hit the old dusty trail here.
Well, time to hit the old dusty trail, Eli. It's been nice knowing you, partner.
Yeah, this is, I don't know what to expect in the future of this. We're going to quickly have our next thing to be outraged about, but I really, really hope that we see something that resembles justice. I'm just so desensitized, disenfranchised, but I really, really hope something is fucking done from this sheer level. The audacity. They've tripled down on these lies while laughing all the way to the money they already have. Fuck them.
Yeah, let's finish this because it makes me like depressed. It makes me like pessimistic. Like just seeing like we're so far divided that like they're not gonna. The right isn't gonna convince the left, and the left isn't gonna convince the right. Where some time ago that used to be a possibility. Where, all right, you know, we can see through the political bias bullshit, and okay, you do have a point. You're right on that, and I will concede to that. There is no more concessions, you know?
No, I can only offer my anecdotal life experience, which is years and years of having to fact check my own side and feeling so compelled or pushed by my own side that I said, fuck you guys. That's almost the same thing that's happening with the whole anti-Semitism thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Let's play this, and then I want to play that video for you. There's actually 2 videos I want to play.
What they want you to believe. The child care system in Minnesota is very complicated, even for those of us who have worked in it for decades.
Not for the Somalis, it ain't complicated. Am I right, Karen? You son of a bitch. Let's go. You keep going.
So I can understand that it is easy to believe what you see on social media. But the truth is that Minnesota has guardrails in place to make defrauding the child care system extremely difficult.
So difficult, in fact, that the governor would never resign. Fuck. My bad. He did resign today. Shit. Son of a bitch. That kind of backfired on me.
Minnesota does investigate suspected fraud in childcare and hold people accountable, and they will continue to do so because fraud is never acceptable. But cutting off childcare funding to everyone in the state is not the answer, and it's not acceptable.
Sounds fantastic while this gets sorted out. I might be a little callous of me. Pitbull, it's good to see you, sweetie. Welcome.
So the video that I wanted to play, I think it was up on the first page. Go ahead. You were saying
no, the video, is it Somalia related, adjacent?
It was. I'm just trying to figure out what, you remember what I said? I said there's 2 videos I wanted
You
to play.
said, and that's about it.
Rabble. All right, give me a second. I got it. I got this. I said, okay, yes. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, the judge one, and then his video. Yes, okay. So, oh yeah, and then all the CNN. Oh my God, this is so good. This is so good. All right, so first off, check this out. So just as people say, you know, this has just been going on for a long time now. Yeah, it has. And this is why now the federal government is fucking involved in this shit. All right? This is wild, dude.
In a $7.2 million fraud case in Hennepin County, the judge has thrown out the jury's guilty verdict.
This wasn't some technical hiccup. These fraudsters, Abdel Yusuf and Lul Ahmed, were convicted on 6 counts of charges, months of evidence, a jury that deliberated for hours, all erased in one ruling.
Yusuf and his wife, Lul Ahmed, were charged with stealing $7.2 million of taxpayer money through Medicaid overbilling in a personal care assistant, or PCA, scam. The couple allegedly spent tens of thousands of the fraud money.
And here's the part that rattled people inside the system. The judge didn't say the fraud didn't happen. She said the state couldn't prove who was responsible, which raised this question on everyone's minds. If a case this obvious can hold, what happens to the rest? Because this ruling hit while Minnesota is already buried under billion-dollar fraud scandals, overseas money trails, and growing federal probes into how taxpayer money keeps disappearing. And here's the twist most people missed. Once that verdict collapsed, the issue stopped being one defendant. It became about whether Minnesota's system can still enforce fraud at all, or whether the feds are stepping in because the state no longer can. And that's where this story really starts. Here's why this case collapsing came out of nowhere and was shocking for most people. This wasn't a messy jury split or a hung panel. It was a unanimous guilty verdict. And that's
unanimous guilty verdict.
Slam fucking dunk.
Yep.
It's because all the facts were on the prosecution's side. The fraudulent couple had a home health care business that barely existed, and billing Minnesota's Medicaid program for services that either weren't documented or never happened at all. But that wasn't all.
The jury heard evidence that he ran his home health care company, Promise Health, out of a mailbox at a Central Avenue address where multiple other home health care companies were supposedly located.
And what's more, they followed the money and found a whole lot of it in Abdul Fattah's accounts. Over $1 million moved from the business into personal accounts. Nearly $400,000 withdrawn in cash. You might be thinking, what could they have possibly needed that much money for? Well, according to prosecutors, they splurged it on luxury purchases, mansions, luxury vacations, a lifestyle that stood out immediately because it didn't exactly line up with their paycheck.
The files documenting spending sprees in which defendants, get this, took taxpayer money that was obviously meant to feed hungry kids during the pandemic, and instead they used it to buy fancy cars, property, jewelry.
And when jurors heard all that evidence, it only took them a few hours to reach a verdict. The jury foreperson later said this about the case.
It was not a difficult decision whatsoever. The deliberation took probably 4 hours at most, based off of the state's evidence that was presented.
All right, so dude, fast forward to the fucking where they're in jail.
Nope.
Slam dunk.
Nope. Because as soon as the jury said unanimously guilty, the judge said, nah, there's not enough evidence. We're throwing it out. Judge threw it out.
I'm sorry, the jury came to a unanimous decision.
Yep.
All the evidence that the prosecution had shown proved beyond a reasonable doubt and all of that. The judge...
Yep, threw it out.
When was that, by the way? That
was in November.
Case?
That was in November.
Gee.
Just this November. $7.2 million fraud case with overwhelming evidence against Yusuf and the other person. Thrown out.
Okay. If the judge, I can't think it's just simple stupidity. How fucking deep is everybody in on this shit? That's what that makes me wonder.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so check this out. This is the clear thinking I was telling you about. This guy, clear thinker. Well, why the Somali fraud wasn't called out by Minnesotans is clear. Were you trying to say something?
I saw Robin from Australia who might be gone at this point, but do you think the world should support America? I don't know, Robin. I think America supports the world pretty fucking a lot. That's, I guess, up to you. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. Check this out.
Year-old revealed massive fraud by Somali immigrants in Tim Walz's Minnesota. The fraud was obvious, but practically no one called it out. Why? Come on. Isn't it obvious? It's because they're black immigrants and people are afraid of being called racist. Duh.
The people here are so afraid of being called a racist or an Islamophobe, and they're afraid of their own shadow. And I don't understand. This is our future generations are going to have to pay for all this fraud, and they just want to bury their heads in the sand and go on and just not worry about it.
Here's how the fraud works. Members of the Somali community set up daycares and healthcare companies. Many were clustered together. 22 healthcare facilities listed in one building. These businesses received millions of dollars of Minnesota taxpayer money, but many appear to be fronts. The investigator visited over a dozen childcare centers. No children at any of them. One learning center misspelled learning on their sign. The FBI confirmed they're investigating fraud networks within this community. Federal prosecutors say the total fraud could be as high as 9 to 10 billion. And people are tiptoeing around it, but this fraud is being perpetrated by members of a specific group, Somalian immigrants. Now, Governor Walz says pointing this out is white supremacy.
This is what happens when they target communities for their own benefit. This is what happens when they scapegoat. And this is what happens when they no longer hide the idea of white supremacy.
No, Governor. Pointing out fraud is principled. We're not criticizing you because of race. You're using race to escape criticism. Maybe that's why Kalshi users give him a 69% chance of being charged with a federal crime. Now, as someone whose parents immigrated from Africa, let me explain something. Humans are hardware. Culture is software. Our hardware is fundamentally the same. Our software is wildly different. America's software prioritizes universal principles, the nation state, and the rule of law. That's the Constitution. The software of developing countries often prioritizes tribe, heritage, customs. That's okay, but it's different. I've been to Ghana 3 times. My parents are from there, and I feel like an alien when I visit. Because same hardware, different software. In many places in Africa, if you get stopped by cops, bribes are expected. Governments are dysfunctional because they're run by people who value tribe over nation. And when I visit, I think, man, am I grateful to my parents. They didn't come here to take, they came to integrate. They didn't raise me to be African American. They raised me to be American. That's not the mindset of every immigrant. These people choose their tribe over this nation. We should only admit immigrants running compatible software. People who don't just ask what America can do for them, but what they can do for America. That's not what the Somalis committing fraud are doing. They came to take, not make. Their hardware isn't bad, but their software is incompatible. And when anyone points this out, about fraud, about illegal immigration, someone pulls the race card. But that's just demonizing instead of understanding good faith critics. Meanwhile, politicians are weaponizing your empathy and exploiting your fear of being called a racist. And you know who gets hurt the most when Somalis break the law? The Somalis who don't. The American thing to do is for them to hold their peers accountable. Because if you won't hold your tribe accountable, you've chosen your tribe over this country. But if that's what you want, why are you here? If this message resonated with you and you appreciate someone willing to say what's true, even when it's uncomfortable, please consider becoming a paying subscriber.
Clear thinker, everybody.
Clear thinker. Clear thinker.
Never seen
That
him
was
before.
so nail on the head. I wish that I think this universally applies to so many other people or migrants that come here. The software analogy, that was perfect.
Here, check this one out. Just sticking with his vibe real quick. I told you I had one more video that I thought was really good. He went on trigonometry recently, and he really again did some of his knowledge shit, and I think it's well worth a view.
It's just a historical fact that Great Britain was the first major empire to bring end to slavery. Great Britain is a majority white empire, and white people didn't invent slavery to begin with. Everyone participated in slavery. Every color did it to every color when they had the opportunity. And we've become so hypersensitized to taboo truths that it becomes impossible to talk about them because people immediately assume that because you're making a statement about something, it implies a bunch of other statements. So for example, I took it that maybe the reason people were offended is because they were asserting that white people are more moral or something like that. And I don't think you need to draw any conclusion at all like that. I think you were just making a point about what history actually says. And I think what it actually revealed was there's almost this there's this culture of race essentialism that I think is really unhealthy that's been developing in the West more generally, where white people all have this sort of collective guilt for something that a specific subset of people did in America, i.e. slavery. Where black people are entitled to some sort of collective grievance against white people as a collective. And it's really unhealthy. And the only conclusion is that you have to form opinions about people based on their color. And that's not a way to actually build a society. It's not a way to build a nation. And I wanted to point that out because what I've seen is this tribalism building up between racial groups where it's not even about what people are doing. It's about what tribe they're a part of and what that tribe has done in the past. And I think it was important for you to say that because what it revealed to everyone is, hey, evil is not unique to any group. It's a collective human inheritance. And we need to be honest about that rather than cherry picking and trying to compare the evils that people of different skin color have done in the past. It doesn't actually get us anywhere.
Yeah, these evils are, it's a primordial thing inherent, latent in everybody. So it is how we staunch it, how we try to just do the opposite that defines us. I like his points a lot where he talks about this software thing. Ad nauseum I bring up. These are some of my biggest issues with Islam is the software they have, where they're not about integration. Their whole shtick is literally to return the caliphate and take everything fucking over. And I like that he calls things as they are, a spade a spade. He doesn't mince words. The language is just blatant and so on point. No eggshell walking here. I would love to see America be unafraid of returning to speech like that. We could all benefit.
Well, I tell you, I feel like we are getting there with people being less afraid just to give an opinion that they know isn't it's just like, I'm just pointing out something I'm not going to feel guilty or bad for pointing out something that I'm just seeing. All right, we got a phone call, 562-631. Let's see who it is.
Call from. My name is Julian.
Julian!
Yo, I miss you guys. It's been too long.
It's been about 3 weeks, man. How are you, dude? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Julian.
Guys, come on, you guys. Where were you guys?
We were on a little vacation. You know, we were doing the thing. Hopefully, you got some self time away. And, you know, we're able to unplug, hang out with family.
Life happened. We have a job. And yeah, it's a lion, and it would star David.
He says he loves the buzz cut.
Oh, sorry. I meant, I appreciate that, but I really like this. I got this as a gift from my father. Star David. It's beautiful.
Damn.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
What do you got for us, Julian?
Is the topic Venezuela, guys?
What's that?
Is the topic Venezuela?
Almost. We're on Somalia and Minnesota right now.
Oh, wait. I want to talk about it real quick, because also I got to watch a movie, so I'll give a quick talk. We're going to talk about Somalia, right?
Yeah, well, we're talking about Minnesota and everything that's going on there right now and the alleged fraud. And, yeah, what do you got?
Okay. And also, I'm uncensored, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know, you're on YouTube, so just be careful of, you know, certain things you say. You know, there are terms
don't
of service.
incite violence.
Okay.
Don't do, common sense.
Yes.
This may sound radical, but support all the Somalians. Okay? They're not compatible with American values. They're just not. It's not because of their religion, by the way. It's because of just them, where their country is. Where it's horrible. The fraud that they're doing, I know it's allegedly, but still, I think it's obvious that they're doing fraud. What's that kid's name? Nick
Shirley.
I forgot his name. Yeah, he did a good job covering it, you know? They didn't even spell learning right, I think.
Leering.
The sign.
The Quality Leering Center.
Yeah. They didn't spell it right.
Yeah, Leering, not Quality Learning Center, but Quality Leering Center. Yeah, they fucked that up.
Exactly. These people are just not compatible with our beautiful country, you know?
Well, we were just
Western civilization, you know? They're just not compatible.
We were just watching a video where a gentleman was going over. He was saying, you know, humans all have the same hardware. Like we're all a human, but depending on where you're from, we have different software. You know, like we have a different operating system. And his point was that a lot of, you know, as far as some of these Eastern, Muslim countries, like their software isn't compatible with American software. So like there is something to that. But then again, I know, especially from being in the smoke shop industry, I know a lot of Muslims who were like fucking pro-America as fuck. So
exactly. I don't think Muslims are the problem, you know? I think they're all right, you know? So yeah.
Julian, I have to tell you something, because I was thinking about this earlier, and you did cross my mind. I know
I'm flattered, dude. I'm flattered.
Yes, you should be. You should be. Yes. When we were talking about you, and I was like, you know, I know Julian has a, he has a thing or two against, the Jewish people. He's not necessarily a biggest fan, but it crossed my mind that you cannot say your name Julian without the word Jew.
Oh, busted, bro.
Are you a Jew? Are you a Jew?
Bro, hey, I mean, you guys said Hitler was a Jew, right? So maybe,
right?
Yeah.
We said Jesus was a Jew. I don't know, but oh yeah, Hitler's mother.
He's called Jesus now.
Where there was no evidence, but yeah.
Wait.
No, but Jesus wasn't a Jew. He was a Galilean.
No evidence. Which part? Which part? No evidence.
Pardon?
Which part?
Which part? No evidence. And remember, there's a delay when I speak.
Like, I literally searched it up, and there's no evidence that Hitler had 1 ounce of Jewish DNA. Like, no.
Are you sure it didn't say contested or anything? But regardless, I feel like that's yeah. Okay, so Jesus being a Jew, that resonate with you at all?
You think Jewish was?
Oh, I'll explain it. So yeah, a lot of I've debated a lot on Omegle. People keep bringing up Jesus is a Jew, your Savior's a Jew. And how could you conflict these? How could you make this make sense? And what my answer is, when Jesus was alive, there was no such thing as the Talmud. The modern day Judaism right now is not the same as what Jesus grew up with. It's totally a different religion. So yeah, they're not
the
the
Jewish
same.
people were able to assimilate to modern day, regardless of any of the things that even like an Old Testament Bible says, which by this standard would be barbaric. You know, all of these religions have been able to modernize, assimilate, and live peacefully, cohabitate. Islam, the
yeah,
one
but
being...
why would Jesus read a religious book that says he's burning in shit? That wouldn't make sense. Why would he read a book that says his mother is a whore? You get what I'm saying? It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, well,
that's a good point.
If you
That's a good point.
AI look up all of that, by the way, you'll see still that this is apparently something that's debated. But I've seen the passages for myself, understood, and given the character of Jesus, I would assume being his whole thing would be forgiveness. They know not what they do. This, that, or the other. I also think that this is your only gotcha, your favorite go-to to maybe justify your complete vitriol of Israel and the Jewish people.
They hate me. Hey, if they hate us Gentiles, then I think I have a right to hate back.
How are they able to peacefully cohabitate in everyday life? And nobody's trying to behead you. They don't believe in the same Messiah as you.
I hate to
and
fucking...
not all of, like throughout my life, I've grown up with so many Jewish people because of being family adjacent. I'm not Jewish, but I grew up around plenty. Not one of them had a single negative shit talking thing to say. Never put me in a temple, a synagogue, or a yarmulke on my fucking head. None of that hate was inherent in how they lived their lives. And
Are they rabbis? They're not rabbis, though. I've talked to rabbis.
I got to meet
before,
rabbis
and
too.
what
I
they
got
say
to
is
meet
disturbing.
rabbis. What was that?
I've talked to rabbis before, and what they say is disturbing. You should hear what they say.
Example?
Which sect of the Judaism are we talking about? You want to be more specific? Because I know there's multiple.
Yeah, that's a fair point to ask. Orthodox.
Orthodox.
Yeah.
Orthodox Jews.
So,
Okay.
There's an interview. This lady asks, do you see Gentiles as the same as you? And he said, no, we are God's chosen people, and that's just God's creation. He's like comparing us to dogs and cats and animals. We're just creations. We're not even his people.
Can I ask you, Julian, do you think the Christian God sees Jewish people the same as he sees Christian people?
Wait, Christian God? What do you mean Christian God? You mean Jesus?
Well,
he would mean Jesus.
For conversation's
You know what's amazing
sake.
is that. Sorry, I am over talking you, Judge.
That's
Harley.
good. That's good. What's amazing?
What I briefly wanted to bring up is in the Christian Bible. What about the whole point of the Jews need to return to Israel, and that's a very important thing, and that they be protected, and that they are.
Wait, I can read you a verse. I can read you a verse right now. Wait, but
hang on. Before you read a verse, can you answer Eli's question, and then you're free to read the verse? What's your take on that? Like where the Christian religion is saying that the Jewish people need to return.
This is going to answer his question. Actually, wait, let me pull it up. I have it right here.
Well, I prefer to give you
my digital Bible.
If you don't mind, your opinion or your words on it, and then you can read us that quote. Like, don't read us.
Wait. I'm almost there. I got it. Wait, I'm on my digital Bible.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Do you believe Moses existed, Julian?
Robin?
You believe Moses existed?
Oh, I love Moses. He was a great prophet. Even though he did do a lot of bad stuff, he was a pretty bad sinner.
What
but all
human
of us
has
were.
not done bad stuff? But yes, understood. Moses tells
We were born to sin.
The Jews that they are inheritors of the land, a promised inheritance from God for being patient, while other verses like, and here's something from the Quran, Surah Al-Irsa 17:104, speak of gathering them back to the land, interpreted in various ways regarding their future presence there. That it's so it's even in the Quran, it's in the Christian Bible that the Jews need to return to the promised land. But share with me your interpretation of the King James verse that you want to pull out here
The
to
Julian
justify this hate you have.
Yeah, I don't know if this is bad luck. I'm trying to find it. I don't know where it's. Bro, I literally had it. Wait, let me look.
Well, like,
wait, you're gonna ask something.
A good way to buy time is just to give us your opinion on Eli's question first, and then read that passage.
Yeah, well, so you're talking about they have a right to return the homeland. God said that. Whatever.
Eli, ask your question one more time. Like, ask your specific question.
That's not the interpretation.
That's not what he
good
asked.
reading
Though.
context.
Eli, what'd you ask again? Go ahead, ask the question again.
Well, I mean, I said it's in the Quran and in the Christian Bible that it's necessary for the Jews to return to their homeland, and that they aside from that they're, regardless of what the passages say in the Talmud or the Torah, they still peacefully coexist with everybody, even when the Arabs live inside of Israel. You know, by the way, fun fact: the wealthiest banker in Israel is an Arab Muslim, by the way.
Can I, real quick, Eli, while Julian's trying to find this, you use the words cohabitate. I just wanted to give you a second to maybe reiterate or redefine that, because, you know, if we're going to talk about the Muslim religion and them kind of wanting to be number one, they're still able to cohabitate with, you know, the people they think less than as well. So I don't think cohabitation is necessarily something to like mark as like a good thing, because like
understood.
People can lie.
Point
People
out
can
though
lie.
that we continue to see far more active violence in the name of Islam than any other religion. So that cohabitation falls. It's not completely lost and without merit, but it was something I said earlier. When 15 to 25% of your people, which is 1.9 billion, are the radicals, that makes all of the peaceful moderates that are not speaking up fucking irrelevant.
Wait, so you're saying Israel doesn't have a prejudice against
it's written.
Arabs?
I know of the prejudice or the Gentile, but I am saying that it is by far not savagely practiced. Like,
I mean, raping
style.
prisoners is pretty bad. I think we could agree on that, right? Raping prisoners who haven't had a trial, that's pretty bad, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like, Americans did that at Guantanamo Bay too. So like, raping prisoners is not exclusive to one religion, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so
that's
we
a
got to go ahead and throw.
Israel's government was okay with that. There was protests.
I know, and so was Americans' government, essentially, by allowing, you know, shit at Guantanamo Bay to happen. So all I'm trying to say, Julian, is like, I don't think that example is a good example, because we can say any prison guard, regardless of religion, has done shit like that before. It's not.
Oh, I found the verse.
Yep. What do you got?
Galatians 3, verse 26 through 29. For in Christ Jesus, you are all the sons of God through faith. There's neither Jew or Greek. If you belong to Christ, then you are Abraham's offspring. And another verse, Romans 9, verse 6 through 8. For not all who are descended from Abraham belong to Israel. It is not the children of the flesh who are the children of God, but the children of the promise. So that just proves to you, just because you're Abraham's seed, like the Jews claim, they're not even Abraham's seed. They're not even close to it. They're East European. Just because they have that blood doesn't mean they belong to Israel. They're not going to go to Israel because they reject Jesus.
Eli.
Oh, I hear you.
It's not flesh.
Basically, he continues to say that the rejection of Jesus is the reason why we all should equally hate. And I think Julian, deep in his heart, actually wants the eradication or even a euthanasia against the Jewish people. And
No, I don't want the eradication. I want to get rid of Jews in our government.
Don't
Did you know
Muslims
40% of Trump's
don't Muslims
administration
hate
is
Jesus
Jewish?
too? Don't Muslims hate Jesus too?
No,
No,
that's their prophet. They love him and
respect
adore him.
They respect him as a prophet.
I talked to a lot of Muslims. They love and adore him.
So a prophet is not God, though, whereas Christians believe Jewish is God, though. So, I mean, they're kind of demeaning him by saying he's only a prophet.
But I'm looking at the actions of the actual Muslims versus Christians when we get to it. Show me more examples of the evil Jews killing Christians or beheading or any of that.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Good point.
In 1967, the United States legally, it was allowed, legally entered, I forgot what ocean it was called, the west side of Israel. Wait, is that the right? I don't know. The ocean near there, and Israel killed 34 of our U.S. soldiers.
Yes, it was terrible. It's a terrible example, widely known. This attack, I don't think we'll ever have a satisfactory report that makes that look fucking good. This one action, as heinous as it was, and my God, I'm shocked it didn't escalate into a fucking war. But that one thing,
because they control us. That's why.
Say again?
Because they control us.
Yeah, see, I need more evidence. Why is it that, 16 million people? That's a roundabout, I think, how many Jews there are. How does that little population control the entirety of this fucking planet?
Thank you.
You got
made
1.9 billion Muslims out there, all trying to have the return of the
It doesn't
caliphate.
add up. 16 million people, 0.2% of the world. How do they add up to all these industries? Pornography, the Federal Reserve.
Can you show me the
all
evidence
that
they are behind pornography in its entirety?
Okay,
That's a crazy.
I'll show you. You know a rabbi owns Pornhub, right?
You know a rabbi owns Pornhub. Okay, so a singular porn, like just this one example, another singular example.
Oh, another example. Okay, the guy who owns OnlyFans is Jewish.
I'm sorry, say again?
The guy who owns OnlyFans is Jewish. You know OnlyFans,
yeah, and
right?
Aiden Ross started Kick, and he's Jewish. People have started companies from every fucking sect of religion.
It doesn't add up, though. It would be more likely for a Hispanic to be a founder or be a CEO than a Jew. It doesn't add up.
That doesn't make sense, and I fail to see the relevance that it is a Jew over a Hispanic person that runs whatever this or that porn company. Why is it? How is it that this 0.2 population runs everything? Like the burden of proof here, I rely on you. So okay,
how about entertainment? Who was the founder of Paramount?
I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know.
Who was the founder of Fox Studios, 21st Century?
Oh my God! Yes, there's Jews in Hollywood, and to escape persecution, they also had to change their fucking names as well. You know what? Good, congratulations to the success of a persecuted people that is a minority that has been able to flourish as they have. You think it's puppet strings and all of this and that. And you think that if all you really want in your heart is for them to just exit the government, thank God. Because I really have been pondering that you are something much deeper than that.
No, I mean, I just want them out of the government. Did you know Trump's administration is 40% Jewish?
I've been hearing it recently because, what are some of the people you like to listen to, just out of curiosity?
I like Nick Fuentes, Tucker Carlson, Destiny. Destiny,
what do you think the 40%? What do you think the 40% of Trump's administration who are Jewish, like, what do you think they're doing? Like with their Jewish
You know what they're doing?
I'm asking you, yeah. I don't know.
They're telling him, good boy, be a little good boy and do our works.
No, but what are they doing though? Like besides that part, like what do you think they're doing that's like, what do you think the 40% are doing that is detrimental?
They're influencing Trump.
Right, but again,
he doesn't have an ego of his own.
Can I have a specific thing, though? That's all I'm asking for.
I mean, I can give you the best example. This will probably destroy everything. Trump's daughter is literally Jewish.
That's not that's.
I don't know.
Did you know that, Ivanka?
So
I don't know why that's
that makes
bad.
Trump
bro.
evil and controlled.
I don't know why
I
that's
guess.
bad.
I don't know.
I mean, don't
Like
you
you're
guys
talking.
would listen
Okay,
to your daughter?
hang on,
Wait,
hang
wait,
on.
wait.
1
I
second,
don't know if you
Julian.
guys have
Hold
daughters.
up, hold up,
You
hold
guys-
up, hold up, hold up. 1 second. You're talking to somebody, for right or wrong, okay, who doesn't see religion. So whether you tell me Ivanka is a Jewish person or Muslim or Christian doesn't mean shit to me. Tell me why I should be upset about that.
Okay, you should be. You know, you should be upset. You should be upset that Trump's cabinet, his whole administration, his whole picks, they're telling him, they're influencing him to do the works of Israel. Give him $12 billion. Give him these new weapons. Give him these new fighter jets. Give him everything that we have. If they want to give it to them, you can't question it. Give them to them.
What has he specifically done that has earned your ire in favor of Israel, aside from not disavowing them?
Go again?
What has he done specifically that has earned your anger with Israel, aside from not disavowing them? Like, what has he done specifically?
He's just giving them shit, you're saying?
I don't support and all the presidents have done. The last president who didn't do it was JFK.
I'm glad you say that. I'm glad you said that.
JFK was the last president, guys. By the way, he was the last American
not the
president.
JFK
Trump has been
thing,
doing fantastic, by the way.
but I'm glad you
He
said
was the
that.
only one who didn't kiss the wall. You guys know that, right?
Who what?
Fascinating.
JFK was the last president who didn't kiss the wall.
Okay. Cool. Relevancy. I think it means something bigger to you, but regardless, I still think Trump is an excellent president.
Excellent.
Sure. Fuck yeah. The most heavy-handed man of action, not the best spoken that I've seen in my lifetime. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. I mean, this guy can't even accept the approval rating.
Who do you think's
Like, he
been the
can't
best
accept-
president? Julian.
Of all time?
No, just of our modern day, not of all time, but just since we've all been around.
Trump. I used to think Trump was, but not anymore. They're all.
Why?
They're all bad.
What did he do? What did he do to lose your good grace?
Okay. The first thing that was making me notice is not releasing the Epstein files. You have the executive power. That was one of your promises before coming in office in 2024, was to release the Epstein files. And he's always been suspicious. He said yes to JFK, yes to Martin Luther King files, yes to, I'm pretty sure that was it, JFK, Martin Luther King. But when it came to Epstein, he was always suspicious. He said yes, but he was always suspicious. He was like, yeah, sure. So that was suspicious. He was blaming it on the Democrats. And
that was weird. That was weird. Like, I will give you that.
We agree.
I will give you that. Like, he kept, like, all of a sudden.
My name is not Elijah.
Yeah.
Specifically, on my birth certificate, it is Eli. I don't mean that with any disrespect.
After he got in, after Trump got in the presidency, he started calling it. He started calling it a Democratic hoax. Yes, I was like, okay, that's weird. Like you ran on the idea that you're going to expose this, and now all of a sudden it's a Democratic hoax. But what I will play devil's advocate on is, I wonder if some of the information that is in there, is biased towards a certain political group. That's all.
Yeah. My second thing would be My second thing would be I'm going to end the wars in 24 hours, less than that, before I get into Oval Office. Didn't do that.
I agree with you on that one.
Israel broke the ceasefire 5 times already against Hamas. That's,
hang on. How do you feel about him doing the Venezuela thing?
I think it was stupid, to be honest.
Wow, as a Hispanic individual, I find that a little shocking.
Thank God Julian stuck to something because I swear to God, I thought he was going to go, you know what? I liked that. I was going to be like, you son of a bitch. But he was like, you know what?
Wait, you guys don't like it either?
Me personally, Josh, I like Mr. No New Wars, and the fact that he went in and did this. He completely went against what people voted for him for. I can find nuance in the fact that we can have a conversation about Maduro, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about Venezuela, and I do not find this seems Venezuela does not give us fentanyl, okay? The idea that we went into Venezuela for drugs is bullshit. It's an Operation Iraq. It's Operation Iraqi Freedom all over again. Oh, they got weapons of mass destruction. We're going into a country using the false pretense of the war on drugs. That theme, the idea of the war on drugs has been devastating for some time right now, and we're using that same ideology to go in to another country to do a regime change that we all hate. I hate when America tries to do this fucking bullshit, proxy war bullshit, and do a fucking regime change, and that's exactly what's going on in Venezuela under the guise of, fentanyl, under the guise of, no, bullshit. You're doing it for oil. You can go fuck yourself. You're lying to me. I'm glad we got Maduro, fine, but that does not change my stance on what the fuck and how the fuck we went into Venezuela. Mr. No New Wars can suck my balls.
Oh, you're the best, man. You're the best. We agree.
As much as I'm on board.
By the way,
hang on. Hey, Julian, one second.
Allow me to interject.
Hang on, Julian, 1 second.
They had good policies. They were the
Julian, 1 second. Let Eli go.
I know. Sometimes I can't be heard as the one on the.
We got a shitty delay on this side, so just
yes.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Bear with me. I agree with almost just about damn near everything Josh says, and apparently we all are in agreement. And I think my initial statement when this first happened was, I think it ended up being a good thing for maybe some of the people that we weren't trying to represent so much, and it all happened for the wrong reasons. And that's a very simplified version.
Yeah.
I don't demonize and critique it as much as like a be all end all of my support for him, but it is a literal walking back of his no new wars promise.
Thank you. So Trump so far has failed 2 of his promises, and the third one, why I'm suspicious. Wait, I forgot.
Epstein files, no new wars.
40% Jews in his cabinet,
and what else?
Like the whole, listen, like the whole Venezuela thing. Like, remember when Republicans were pissed off that we were interfering with the Ukraine and fucking Russia thing? You remember that? Remember when people were like, we shouldn't be involved in that? And now these same fucks, these same assholes who were so outspoken against that are like, well, let's see how this one plays out. Like, no, fuck you, you hypocritical piece of shit. That's what I say. I say, fuck you, okay? We don't want intervention. We're done with intervention. If might makes right, we're so powerful, why don't we fix the fucking shit going on inside of America first, you fucking cunt? God damn.
Thank you. We need Nick Fuentes and Thomas Macy. We need Marjorie Taylor Greene. We need all those guys.
I do. I'm still a fan of Marjorie Greene Taylor. And this is not to glaze your or win your approval, by the way. Why I said that for a fucking reason, by God, and now I'm gonna have a Biden moment. I think I was to the effect going to agree again with something, but there's a comment I want to read because I fucking love it. Thank you,
Yeah,
Tech.
go for it.
I'll go kiss the wall right now. Then I'll call Tim Walls a fucking regard. Then I'll try enrolling my kid in a Somali daycare here in Washington. Then welcome my Brazilian Ukrainian neighbors. Just felt like saying that.
Hell yes.
Thank you, Techno.
Wait, so somebody is going to kiss the wall?
I would love to kiss the wall myself. I would.
What?
Out of respect for
You
my
would
heritage.
kiss the Western
because I
Wall?
love-
Where in the Bible does it say to do that?
I love the family that helped raise me and showed me nothing but kindness and never tried to shove their religion down my throat. Out of
Like,
just
I'm
respect.
Hispanic. Does that mean I'm supposed to go back to, like,
Eat a
my
taco?
roots?
I'm Spanish
and
too.
Kiss the freaking pyramids?
Wait, no, I'm Hispanic. I think a loose correlation there. I don't know. If you want to say kiss a statue of Virgin Mary, no, that you don't have to do any of that. I'm saying for me, like the whole reason I'm wearing this star is because I honor the Jewish family I had while they were alive that did nothing but treat me with love and never had an ill word about anybody, not even about the fucking Nazis.
Yeah, but Jews hate Nazis.
Yeah, good. Right. 100%.
Oh, I thought you said Jews don't hate anybody.
Whoa. I said they didn't share. They didn't say anything. They shared no toxicity to me as I was a child growing up till my early 20s when
you guys
my
hate
grandma
Nazis?
passed. Sorry?
Do you guys hate Adolf Hitler's regime, the Nazis,
Fuck
our
the
National Socialists?
Nazis. 100%. Fuck Nick Fuentes, by the way, and fuck the Nazis.
Why? Wait, why Nick Fuentes?
He is a Nazi fucking white supremacist supporter.
Because
he's not a white supremacist. He's denied that. He said that he's denied that. He's a Christian nationalist, but he's not a white supremacist.
Yeah, but like he does like to say Hitler's cool. He likes to say
Yeah, because he likes to push the First Amendment. He likes to practice that. Like I say, Hitler. Wait, you guys cannot deny Hitler had badass uniforms. I mean, come on.
I know you're doing the Nick Fuentes thing. I know Nick Fuentes likes his uniforms and stuff, but like,
you know, most of Nick Fuentes' fans are black and brown.
What does that? What does that
Fascinating.
mean?
Just a quick caveat. I think we should move on. Some people are.
Is that like the thing that says, "Oh, I'm not racist because I have a black friend. I'm not anti-Semitic."
Exactly.
No, but like that's like a joke, though. Unfortunately.
No, it's serious. I mean, you're not. Most of his friends are black and white. He said he loves black women, but he wouldn't marry them because he wants to stay true to himself. And yeah.
You know, the only thing I appreciate about Nick Fuentes is the fact that he speaks his mind. In 2025, 2026, you're going to be hard pressed to find somebody who speaks their mind unabashedly. Like even in the face of things that so like I appreciate that about him. I don't agree with the things he said, but like there are things that I agree in the fact that we should be able to talk about them, and that part I respect. Other than that, I think it's a little over the top, hyperbolic, and I can't get behind most of the shit. But there are a few things. I'm just trying to give a little concession to what you're saying, Julian, is all. So I'm just saying.
Wait. You guys, I want to make sure you guys hate the Nazis, right?
Hang on. Do you hate the Nazis, Julian?
No, because I'm gonna challenge you on your claim or your belief. Okay, you guys hate the Nazis. Do you guys hate Winston Churchill?
The British Prime Minister? I don't think he was a Nazi.
Yeah, but you know he starved 3 million Indians to death.
Again, I don't think he was a Nazi. So wait. Was America? Wait. Was America Nazis when we put Japanese people in internment camps? Was America Nazis? We did that.
Go ahead. Wait.
Was America Nazis
better than being a Nazi?
Yeah, but what you're doing is very reductive. Like, was America Nazis when they put Japanese people in internment camps?
Oh no, we sucked for doing that. That was
no. That's not the question. Okay. I'll use your logic then. Yes, they sucked for doing that. They weren't Nazis, but they sucked for doing that. That's. I'll use your answer.
Right? You hate Winston Churchill, right?
Yes. No, he sucked for doing that. I'm not conceding to your answer. I'm not saying he was a Nazi, but I'm giving your answer to my question. He sucked for doing that.
There's no good guys or bad guys in World War II. That's the logic we have to use.
Pause. If I can get one, I would like to get a straight answer. If you like the Nazis or not.
Joe Pond.
Oh, okay. What's up, Joe?
Joe Pond, hold on 1 second. Julian, we're back with you. Sorry, man. I mean to cut you off here.
Do you hate the Nazis or love the Nazis?
Do I hate the Nazis or do I love them?
Yo,
I think you just answered.
The enormous sigh.
I'm thinking of the question.
The enormous sigh before your answer, like, do I love or hate the Nazis?
He's like, oh, shucks, that's a tough one.
Like,
I don't know. That's a hard one. That's a hard one.
Why, man?
Work to me. So, okay, you are
Julian.
Wait, guys,
Julian, why do you hate people?
Guys.
Why do you hate people?
No, because I do.
No,
I hate
why? Why is not an answer, or because I do is not a why. Why do you hate people?
Very Christ-like, Julian. Very Christ-like.
Because people who threaten me, want to take over my country, or just want to attack me and kill me and just all that stuff. You are my enemy. You are the devil.
Why do you broad stroke groups of people?
Like what?
Well, I'm guilty of that, but
Like, why do you like to broad stroke groups of Jewish people as they all want to hurt Julian?
No, not me. No, you should ask them that. Why do they do it to us?
I'm not. No.
Me and you.
First off, I'm asking you that. So that's
My
not an answer. I'm asking you, why do you broad stroke Jews like that?
remember the delay. I want to add this. How has a Jewish individual directly impacted your life, Julian?
There had to have been something that happened.
Leanne.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
No, you tell us.
Not for us to answer. Yes or no to hating the Nazis, and how has a Jewish anybody fucked your life up that you hate them this much, or is it just that singular passage?
I watched a historical movie called The Passion of the Christ, and not just that. It's a historical movie, accurate to the Bible, and it's clear that because of the Jews, Jesus is dead. They're the ones who turned him in. They're the ones who said, "Free Barabbas,
I saw that
kill
shit
him
in the
instead."
theater.
That is why.
Is that real, man?
So Mel Gibson told you so.
I'm being honest with you. I'm asking you a fucking real question, Julian. Like, you saw a movie and now you don't like Jewish people?
Oh no! I saw this movie like 2 days ago. So no, and you knew I have these opinions before that.
No, I know, but I'm asking you, like, I'm just curious if something has happened with you between somebody of that faith, and it really pissed you off, like a very thing that you remember, when I was little, this Jewish see, again, like, I'm not talking about something that happened in your lifetime.
They helped enact the actions that brought the Romans.
Wait, why do you guys say
life.
Nazis? I'm confused. Nazis haven't done anything to you.
They killed 6 million of my people.
They did to Eli. They took out people from his family. So,
but they didn't do anything to him.
What are you talking about? His family.
Wait. With me. They
no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. But Jesus isn't related to you. He doesn't have a bloodline to you. Whereas Eli's
to me. I'm his son. He says, if you believe in me,
you're not Jewish, though. You're not Jewish,
though. You're not a genetic son of Abraham.
Jesus was Jewish.
What the heck does that have to do?
But no, you made it have to do with that because you're not blood related to Jesus. He's your savior. You're not. Are you Jewish then?
No.
Okay, so you're not related to Jesus. Just say
I am related to him.
Are you Jewish?
If you believe in
are you
me,
Jewish?
You are my child.
Are you Jewish?
You are the son.
Are you Jewish?
Go again.
Are you Jewish?
No.
You're not related to Jesus then. So my question, are you Jewish? Are you Jewish?
In your spiritual head you are. In your spiritual ideology, but I'm sorry. This dude just said I have family died in the camps, and you're literally just here and you're like, I love them for that. I don't understand. You can't see why I should probably hate you now, Julian. You want more of that fucking kind of shit. It's porn to you. Like, I think a part of your heart has just shined through to show what you are really about. I think, again, you are placating us on this platform, and your hatred runs that deep because of a passage in the Talmud or the Torah that they don't all even fucking believe in.
Yeah, like
I don't hate all of them. I don't hate all of them. Of course.
Like, I really want to crack this question here with you. Like, you have somebody here who was directly affected by Nazis, and you're saying that he wasn't?
I thought he said he wasn't Jewish. Like, he's not considered Jewish.
He is Jew-ish. Emphasis on the ish.
I'm confused. I'm confused now. Is he Jewish?
Julian, just hear me out. So this could be.
Let him say it one more time.
Very simple. In the law of Judaism, the specific sect of Judaism that I would have been affiliated with, if you're born of a non-Jewish mother, you are not accepted as Jewish. But that doesn't change my blood.
That doesn't change the family and the people who were affected by the not. That's the point that's trying to be made here. Like, like by religion, sure, maybe he's not technically, maybe he's Jewish. But the question you ask is, do you hate Nazis? So the question there being is, was your family affected by them? And you don't have to be fully Jewish for your family to be affected by Nazis, man.
Yeah, but you said, like, you're asking me, to have a Jew, like, affected you personally.
Your bloodline, and you keep saying Jesus.
Oh,
but
now
Jesus
it's
not your
bloodline.
bloodline.
I thought it was you directly.
Nope. It's never been you directly. We've been maintaining bloodline, and you argued that you were Jesus' bloodline, and we've been saying, no, you're not.
Yeah. Then yes, Jews have affected me in my bloodline.
How they
spiritually?
So you guys want me to tell you how they have affected me in my bloodline?
Not really.
Josh, we've been on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you asked. Okay, fine. I'll just tell you in short. I'll tell you in simple and short.
I don't think that's
Columbus.
possible.
You got 30 seconds. Like, because Julian, check it out. We've been on with you for about 40 minutes. So just go ahead and give us 30 seconds real quick and go ahead and we do got to move on, man.
This is a record, by the way, Julian. We've never had anybody on the phone this long.
Christopher Columbus.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think we all know what he did to the people of the Americas, the South, the Central, and the North. So, yeah.
He was a badass? What about it?
Bro, he raped fucking children and slaughtered fucking people's heads, and he claimed to be a Christian, and he wasn't even a Christian.
Okay, so thanks for the origin. My curiosity has died down just like after I finished watching Stranger Things season 5, which sucked. So
you saw season 5?
I'm gay.
Anyway,
thank you. What was that about?
Wasn't that so weird? I'm gay now.
Yeah, no. Thanks for the call. We do have to move on. We have a.
All right, Julian, we're gonna wrap up.
I love you, man. I love you.
Appreciate you, man.
Take care.
I love both of you, man. And no hate, no hate, okay?
No hate, man. No hate, man. We appreciate you calling in. We love you.
Only
Have a great rest of your day.
Only the elitists.
Yep.
I gotta pray.
And the rabbis.
All right, Julian.
And the rabbi.
Joe Pon.
Hey.
You crazy son of a bitch. You're still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just watching. I'm just listening to Julian talk about Christopher Columbus and whatever he's talking about. I don't know.
Poor Joe Pon. I feel like Joe Pon's like, yeah, no, I'm here. I'm still here. Like, you kind of like.
I can't deny. I gotta get this off my chest. I'm pretty pissed off at his comments, given what I've established, with my heritage and.
Can I make a suggestion?
My family. That was fucked up.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Can I make a suggestion?
Don't tell me
Eli?
to put ice on anything.
No. Take it out on Joe Pon. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that you're making a suggestion to me or Eli?
No, I'm saying Eli take all his racial frustration out on you.
Great.
Joe Pon.
Well, I mean, Joe Pon, you're pretty much literally blind to the Nazi salute. So why not find a better target than you? No.
Yeah,
How are you doing, bro?
Eli's got a point. Did you see your boy do the Nazi salute again, or is that not a Nazi salute?
Not a salute.
Joe Pon, why can me and Eli sit here and look at Ma'am Dami and be like, nope, we can sit here and say exactly what you said, but then we watch the Elon Musk video and we also say the same thing, but you can't. Why just because the people you don't like do the same gesture, it's a Nazi salute, but yet the people you do like do the same gesture and it's not a Nazi salute? Comment?
And this, Joe Pon, before you comment, I know I'm delayed. This is where I would have more respect if you were consistent. That's all.
I am being consistent.
Yeah, consistently cherry picking. Yes. Republican does the thing evil. Republican does the thing evil. A Democrat does the thing no, not the thing. Like, come on. Even when we know it's all bullshit. All of it. Just call it all bullshit because that's what it is.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
What's the difference?
Difference is if it was a Republican or a Democrat person that did it, they usually go and apologize on Twitter or something. Elon Musk, he makes jokes about it, and then continues making jokes about it, and he did it twice, not just once, but twice.
Did Ma'am
How
Dammy
dare somebody try to get
apologize?
out of an uncomfortable, stupid situation with humor? Exactly how I think we all act and behave.
I mean, the only thing I will say, I will say that with Musk, I do like the thing that he did like a few months ago. I didn't get a chance to say it because the phone lines were tied up with you guys. But basically,
Trump's in the Epstein files.
But not that, but just Twitter rolled out a new feature that basically showed if you go to the About section, you could see not only where the person is from, but also like where they're sending their tweets from.
Yes.
And a lot of the MAGA Twitter accounts, they were shown to be like from India, Somalia, all the other countries besides America.
Yeah, and vice versa with a lot of the leftist accounts too. Yeah, I love that feature as well. A lot of that bullshit got exposed. You're totally correct on that. You are totally correct on that.
So I'll say that at the very least he exposed whoever was on Twitter and just basically saying a whole bunch of dumb shit just to get views and views and clicks and whatever.
Right, exactly. He exposed all the fucking bots who were just kind of doing like emotional bullshit and just kind of using people's, they were just using people's emotions to get clicks and stuff like that. Yeah, no, you are totally right on that. It wasn't just the right, but yes, you were totally right on that, man. He definitely did. When I saw that, I was like, whoa, that's fucking wild. Like that really kind of changes the game as far as like you trying to comment anonymously and you trying to comment like an egg. Remember back in the day when you could just be an egg on Twitter and fucking comment on somebody's profile?
Yeah, you get like 20 eggs basically saying, kill yourself, kill yourself.
Bunch of eggs telling you to go F yourself.
Quick pause. Joe Pond, do me a favor and don't say that 3 times consecutive on YouTube. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Is it unalived?
Yes.
Or whatever?
Yes. Good catch.
Or
good
in
catch,
Minecraft at the very least.
Yeah. Good catch. Good catch.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
It's
I hate
okay.
these
It's done.
Fucking,
it's all good.
I hate these freaking rules where
Me too.
I have to basically act like I'm in high school again. Where you can't say the F word, you have to say freaking, and instead of saying asshole, you have to say
fuck all that.
Yeah,
buddy,
you can definitely say fuck, but for whatever reason, you just can't say I want to go unalive. Woo.
Yeah, it's
Off
dumb,
limits.
and it's gonna dumb everybody down, and it's just more eggshells. But even so, you have to be careful. The algorithm does suppress shit.
I do have 3 CNN videos to play in response to some of this Minnesota stuff going on as far as Scott Jennings and Abby Phillips go. But before we get to that, Joe Pond, what do you got for us, sir?
Peace out, Nick.
The only updates to that whole Sam Folnicki story. Basically, it's a little bit worse now. It was that Oklahoma student that turned in that psych paper and got a 0, complained, and got the teaching assistant fired.
Oh my God, I forgot about that story. Yes.
Don't worry, it's only a 500-word essay. I'm not gonna have you read it because I said that there might have been like some Bible quotes in there that she cited. There were none. I think one of them was that God put women on earth to be helpers to men or something along that line.
There wasn't even Bible quotes.
Or there was not a legitimate one, and if there were, she was misquoting it or putting it in the wrong place. Basically,
she would just kind of use it to be like God did it. Like she would just like use it to like kind of like a get out of jail free, get out of an essay free card kind of thing.
Yeah, it's literally that more oral joke where what's 2 times 2? Oh, the answer is God or Jesus or something like that.
Right. Gotcha.
All right.
All right.
Anything else before we move on? Because we're getting there.
Okay. Just to kind of nip this one in the bud is the reason I was a little mad at it was just because you turned in a bad essay and you decide to go complain about it, and then everyone roasts you online for saying it's an F, and then you get the teacher fired. Which my guess is
the
that was
teacher got fired.
only because the teacher happened to be trans, and her comments, they did not attack her faith or whatever. Just that there's a time and place for it, time and place for this talk, but not here.
All
and
right.
You didn't even do it. You didn't even do it right. So
I feel like we're missing some details, and I'm not calling you a liar, but you're telling me that it's as simple as here's an assignment, write an essay, girl says God did it, then teacher gets fired?
Basically.
Yeah, I feel like maybe did teacher say some things about God and then got fired, or no?
Yeah,
No, she wasn't attacking her faith. It was just that this is a psych class. I gave you the article to read. You did not mention the article, and you basically went all religion in the last half.
Quick, easy one. Can you send me a link to any of the citation or source material?
Please.
Yeah, I could give you the Twitter thing.
And my
here
last
it is.
question is: have you been seeing my calls, or did your number change or something?
Okay.
No, I know. I finally saw your calls. I just don't have the ringer on, so it's on silent.
Okay, copy that.
I don't know why it
Copy
keeps
that.
turning off.
All good.
Okay,
all good.
hey, Joe Pond, does it sound like this was from the University of Oklahoma?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so the University of Oklahoma instructor on leave after failing Bible-based essay asserting belief in multiple genders is, quote, demonic. So as far as CBS News says, CBS says an instructor at the University of Oklahoma has been placed on leave after a student complained that she received a failing grade on a paper that cited the Bible to assert that the belief in multiple genders was, quote, demonic. Samantha Fulnecki, 20, filed a complaint with the administration. The latest flashpoint on the ongoing debate over academic freedom on college campuses amid President Trump's push and diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, and restrict how campuses discuss issues of race. Says OU remains firmly committed to fairness, respect, and protecting every student's right to express sincerely held religious beliefs, the university wrote. The school added that the failing grade, which was supposed to account for 3% of Fulnecki's final grade, would not affect the junior's academic standing. The assignment was for a psychology class about lifespan development. Students were asked to write a 650-word response to an academic study that examined whether conformity with gender norms was associated with popularity or bullying among middle school students. Fulnecki wrote that she was frustrated by the premise of the article because she doesn't believe that there are more than two genders based on her understanding of the Bible. She argued that promoting the belief in multiple genders would lead society to move farther from God's original plan for humans. What I can't find is how the professor responded, because what doesn't make sense right now is why she's on leave.
I put the
Here we go.
The Twitter link in the chat from Turning Point USA, and it shows the professor's response to it.
Yeah, tell me if this is onto. It says the essays were graded out of 25 points, broken down by whether the student demonstrated an understanding of the article and addressed a specific aspect of the argument put forth. In response to the essay, the instructor said Fulnecki's assignment does not answer the questions for the assignment, contradicts itself, heavily uses personal ideology over empirical evidence in a scientific class, and is at times offensive. I'm still confused.
That's about right. I also got the professor's full response. Do you want me to read it, or I
Eli,
put the
you
link
tell
in the
me.
chat so you can take a look. Oh yeah, I also sent it over to Eli, so he can pull it up too.
Yeah, we'll check it out. I'm not seeing anything too interesting on this at the moment because I don't know why the teacher got fired. It's not really telling me. It seems as if what CBS News is to be taken for, that the teacher just didn't like it and then they got on leave. That doesn't make sense. So I feel like we're missing
like I said,
something.
it was manufactured.
Why
outrage.
is religion like a smart comment being brought out? Why was religion even fucking brought up in a psych class?
That's a good
Unless there
point.
was
Yeah.
some fucking correlation.
It's a good point. But people who are religious, they don't, steer away from their religion. They use that in every aspect of life. So I understand that.
I mean, you could install religion into a psych paper, but the way she did it was basically just, which is because God did it this way, and that's not scientific. That's literally that's your opinion.
Yeah.
Well, with that closure, God is telling me to tell you to give me a call tomorrow, dude. And thank you for calling. I'm sorry that I'm pushing you off. It's not a you thing. It's a
us thing. We got to go. We pretty much got to get the F out of Joe Pond. Thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate you. I'm definitely going to check that article out as well. Hopefully Eli will send that to me as well. But something isn't fitting right. And maybe it is what it is. And I'm wrong on here, but I'm going to do a little more research into it and come back with a little more information. But you very well could be right, Joe Pond. So.
All right. And just to put a bow on it, like I said, it was just, the fact that it's being Turning Point USA is putting this up as like the academic standard. That's the part that's irritating me, just because you read it and that's not an A paper. That's not a D paper.
Right. Yeah. I would like to see what she wrote as far as like her things, and like obviously Turning Point USA is a religious thing, so they're going to defend religion and stuff like that. So
yeah,
this is one of those things where there's so much little information. I don't know who's right or who's wrong in this moment here. So we got to do a little more information digging, Joe Pond.
The only joke I'll leave on is that maybe she was citing Julian in this paper.
Hey-o.
Just forgot to include the bibliography.
Can't spell Julian without Jew. Am I right, Joe Pond?
Yeah, I hope he thinks on that before he falls asleep tonight. Joe Pond,
thank you, Joe.
Get on out of here.
Joe Pond, you silly goose, you. Oh, shit. I think I just unplugged something.
Later, Joe. Good night. Thanks for bearing with us, brother. Thanks for being here for our return.
Okay, everything's good.
And by God,
I'm looking
forward to doing a lot more.
Yeah, maybe we just saved the Maduro shit for Thursday. You're cool with that?
Have to.
Some more shit might come out by then anyway. So, I mean, right now all we got is Venezuela, Maduro captured. Hey,
After when we unofficially end the live, we got to talk inside. I want to talk inside baseball. With that being said, to spare all of you and those of you just now joining us, for one, you missed the show. I do hope that you'll.
We got 3 clips left, by the way. We ain't done yet. We got 3 clips yet. I'm not going anywhere until we play these CNN clips. We're not getting out of here until we do that. You can leave, and I'll play it for the people. But
gotcha. I just wanted to add, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button if you feel that we at least have served as some form of entertainment, or that you felt challenged or inspired to add your opinion, so we can engage in discourse. Ultimately, that is the goal. Help us fight any suppression of the algorithm as a smaller channel by hitting the hype button or adding a comment after the live, or subscribing if you have yet to. Remember, we're not here to be universally loved. We're just here to try to coexist at the very best.
That's one thing we haven't gotten yet. Is we have yet to get any hype. So if you want to hype us up, you be the first person to give us that hype. We've gotten the super chats, we've gotten the jewels, we appreciate all that, but the hype is a little new to Stuck in the Middle, so we definitely would appreciate that. Here's Abby Phillip trying to bait Scott Jennings into a race-based argument about the fraud in Minnesota. He doesn't bite, and he flips the script and essentially calls out the hard truth. So here's Scott Jennings doing the work.
Why is it that right now everything seems to be about whether or not the people involved here are Somali, even though one of the biggest people who were involved in one of these frauds was not Somali at all? She was a white woman. So respond to that.
Doesn't that disprove everything he just argued?
Well,
they're obviously rounding up everybody who is involved in fraud.
No, they're not rounding up everybody. They're all talking about Somalis. That's the point.
I want them to round up anyone who is involved in defrauding American taxpayers of what apparently
This
amounts to
fucking guy with the curly hair.
$9 billion in a very, very small state. Somali, whether they're citizens, immigrants, white, I don't care.
You don't care if they
want
target
the
one
fraud
community?
to stop.
But do you support the targeting of this one community or
I
not?
support the
Do you think
targeting.
that's the right thing to do?
I support the
Or do you
targeting
think
of
that's the
people
wrong thing
engaged
to
in
do?
fraud.
But do you support the targeting of the Somali American community
If
as
they are-
directed by the President
if
of
they
the
are
United States
engaged
based
in
on their
fraud,
ethnicity?
That's not what he said.
That's it.
B,
That is precisely
That's
what he
If they are
said. Oh
engaged
my
in
God.
fraud and because they're American citizens, should that make them immune?
That's a straw man argument.
It's not a straw man argument, you curly-headed fuck. God damn, this guy sucks.
I know that one, and I love hate how he is literally just falling right into everything the guy that he's arguing with. The guy has already dispelled it time and time again.
Yes.
But he keeps on saying, "Oh, but you agree with it specifying to one community."
But you think
It's
everyone's
like they
okay?
keep saying it till they want it to be true. They want it to be true.
And this is the example of the people on the left who you can't argue with. These are the people on Facebook. These are the people on Twitter. These are your friends you try to associate in the normal day who you have these
Duce,
arguments
Crankston.
with. Yeah, and this is their response. Like, there is no hearing it out back. There's just like, well, you're racist. You're racist. You're racist. You're racist. Well, you're racist. Oh, you're racist. And it means so much to them that they can't see beyond the race thing. Like, that's all they see is race.
Because it's the easiest playbook for them to go by because it requires less nuance and
Or
God
they're
forbid
scared
they
of
ever
it.
admit they're wrong.
Or it's projection.
Yeah, fear, yeah, a lot of it is fear.
They're American citizens. Should that make them immune?
That's a straw man argument.
No.
Just answer the question.
I did.
Should we
I want
target
anyone
people
involved in
based on
fraud
their
to be
ethnicity?
targeted. Anyone involved in fraud.
But not based on their ethnicity.
I want it based on whether they're involved in
Is it
fraud.
so really so hard to answer that question?
Yes. I want it.
Scott? Is it
I
so
said
hard
the only
to sit there and say
criteria-
we shouldn't?
Is it so hard to acknowledge you answered the question? Anyone who's engaged in fraud. Doesn't matter what they look like. Just
he
because
pulled
they
a
look like
Julian.
this means they get a pass? No, you fuck. God damn.
Fraud is the overlapping issue. Fraud,
Not race. Fraud.
Is that Julian with the curly hair?
Probably is.
Yeah, figures.
To that question,
I want it.
Is it
I
so
said
hard
the only
to sit there and
criteria
say we shouldn't target people based on their ethnicity?
The only criteria I
Can you
have
say
is fraud.
we shouldn't
Can you
target
say-
people based on
can
their
you
ethnicity?
say-
I
can
can
you-
say that.
can
Can
you
you
say
say
that?
that?
I can say
Absolutely.
that.
Everyone here can say targeting people based on their ethnicity is bad.
You shouldn't
Scott
target
Jennings
people.
won't say that. Why won't you say that?
Because
Scott?
I don't agree that that's what's happening. I don't agree with your fallacy. I don't agree with your stupid question.
I don't agree with your stupid question. That's what he said. I don't agree with your stupid question. I love it. He's like, that's why I'm not going to acknowledge it, because I don't agree with your fucking stupid question. I don't agree with your framing. This guy right here, this curly-headed fucking idiot, he's trying to frame it in a way to make Scott Jennings seem racist. And all he's saying is like, no, you're not going to do that. I'm looking at the people, not persons, people who are committing fraud, not race of people, but people. You're trying to say that only a certain race of people are committing the fraud. I'm saying people, you fuck.
You can say you shouldn't
Scott
target
Jennings
people.
won't say that. Why won't you say that?
Because
Scott?
I don't agree that that's what's happening. I don't agree with your fallacy. I don't agree with your stupid question.
Ad hominem attacks are the lowest.
Ad hominem attack. Okay, I see how this goes.
I wouldn't be shocked at this point if I saw this curly-headed moron go in the back room just to put blackface on and come out and say, now you're being even more racist. Now it's personally affecting me.
I identify as a black person today.
Form of argument, Scott.
The lowest form of
You can call
argument
me
is to come out
stupid.
here and accuse me of some kind of race-based argument.
Bam!
$9
Asking
billion
you
in
what
fraud,
you believe.
and you don't care. That's the main problem.
Bam!
Where's the host at with this?
Abby doesn't do shit. Abby won't do shit. She has to play both sides. You know, she will never stick up for Scott. Rarely does she stick up for Scott because, you know, he's the only Republican conservative on this panel. So
He's
she
the
doesn't do
ops.
that.
He's the
She doesn't do
ops.
that.
Right.
Yeah. She doesn't do that. Okay, and then more to the point why she doesn't do that. Here's Abby almost essentially saying the Somali fraudsters are the victims of this whole thing.
No.
Almost. I mean, I don't know how to
I get that.
take it.
Politics, because this is about politics. I get that. Politics is politics. But, you know, honestly, you knock on the door of a daycare center and you're like, let me in, let me in. What do you expect people to do? You know, in some of those cases, there were children in there. What do you want people to do in that situation? Open the door and say, come on in, when they know that the Somali community is under attack, is being threatened every single day? What is going on here? Because this is...
Yeah, well, I don't know if that's completely the right way to look at it, Abby, but okay.
Is she pretending that that is the world as it's always been, or did she at least add context that recently because of this case?
She does allude to more recent, but then she alludes to just like in totality, you know, racism. Racism's been going on forever, you know, but, you know, recently the Somalis are subject to this racism. But as we learned, you know, 89% of the Somalis, 89% of the people who are involved in this fraud are Somali.
Yeah. You cannot run away from the fucking facts and paint it as something else. That's why everybody defending this shit or virtue signaling is helping make everything look so much worse. And you're gaslighting everybody that sees it for what it is.
Here's the last point, last video on this whole subject from one Jeffrey Mead. He just gives a more clear-cut some statistics here on this whole Somali thing.
Things first, I'm actually so shocked that Trump is attacking us. I think Trump should be thanking us in multiple ways, and I'm going to explain. First things first, I think we are a good example of what the American dream can look like. Like, Somali Americans, and it's making me sad, it's funny, like, I know Somali people are very funny. We're like the class clan who also happens to be valedictorian. Somalis in Minnesota are so successful. I take multiple trips a year to Minnesota, and I leave so inspired. You have Somali-only, like, Somali-owned law firms, Somali-owned pharmacies, Somali-owned everything you can think of, and it's so inspiring to see that what my community could do in just 30 years. Literally, we came to this country not speaking English, not knowing anything. We're Black, Muslim, we're immigrant, and we're able to be that successful. It should be really applauded.
No, you guys are not that successful in Minnesota. 89% of immigrant Somali households are on some type of welfare. If you look above my head, you'll see that 23% are on cash. If we go over to food stamps, you'll see that 62% are on food stamps. If we go to Medicaid, you'll see that 86% are on Medicaid. So 89% of Somali immigrant families that have children are on some type of welfare in the United States. 89%. And this is coming from the Center for Immigration Studies. Now, in the vast majority of cases, if someone is on Medicaid, they are a net recipient in tax dollars, meaning the value of the benefits they receive from the government is more than they pay into the federal tax system. Again, that means they're a net recipient. They are taking from the system more than they're contributing to the system. So essentially 9 out of 10 Somali immigrant families that have children are taking more in dollars than they are giving to our federal tax system. I wouldn't define that as success. Let's keep it real. We should also be paying attention to this and just not ignoring it. But let's go back. Look at the light gray. It says Somali immigrant households with children over 10 years in the US. So these families have had over 10 years in the United States. And there's only a 3% difference in the amount that are on Medicaid and not. So after they've been in the US for 10 plus years, 83% of these Somali immigrant families with children are still on Medicaid. Again, that is not success. And that's not being racist or hating. That's just reality. So please do not come preaching in our face something that is not true. Anyway, that's all I got for now, guys. Just a reminder, free email newsletters.
Yep, and he's doing his little promotion, but goddamn.
It's important, Josh. I need to ask. It's probably the most important question I've ever asked in the history of this channel. Did you pay attention to that entire video?
Yes.
You're racist.
Fuck.
Just, you know, spade a spade. We calling it out.
Fuck. Man,
did he just recite what could arguably be the facts of the case and the issue at hand?
Yes.
Racist. You're a racist. You're a racist. Yeah.
You get a racist, and you get a racist, and you get a racist. Ah,
That should be fucking hard. Like, if the people that perpetuated this crime, this fraud, gave a flying fuck about everything or anything regarding this and not just being caught, the shit he said should hurt and make them want to do better.
Let's end with this. I think this is a good thing to end with because, we keep talking about truths, right? And then we get bombarded with people who, like, they feel otherwise. I'm just burped. They feel otherwise. They feel as if these truths are not so. And we can actually watch somebody explain what this is. Watch somebody explain why censorship is a good thing.
Oh, no, nobody can. Okay, let me try it. Let me see this.
I think we can end with it. I think this is a good thing to end with.
Is that? Okay, I thought it was Hillary Clinton. Okay.
Kind of looks like the fucking son of a bitch. All right, check this out. Listen to what she's saying here. This is from the Atlas Society. Listen to what she's saying. All right, it's very important.
And finally, it takes resilience. As technology evolves, we need to build up societal immunity around information manipulation.
Huh?
Because research has shown that pre-banking is much more successful than debunking.
You heard what she said?
What? Wait.
Pre-bunking is much more successful than debunking. Her issue right now is misinformation. Now, the problem is, who is the one who is defining, quote, misinformation, right?
Always the right question, yes.
And this is the person you should be concerned about because she's giving you the play out loud. She's giving you the reason why some of the people you and I talk to kind of like they're already against what's out there. Like there is this thing going on. They're pre-bunking information before it gets out. They're not debunking it. Debunking it means the information comes out and they tried their best to go against
disprove.
It. Pre-bunking it is they come out with information before that information comes out to be like, oh, well, this information was out before.
To support it or to add the framework for it to be more credible.
Yes, to add the framework for the debunking to be that much more fucking.
Okay.
Research has shown that pre-banking is much more successful than debunking. Pre-banking is basically the opposite of debunking. In short, prevention is preferable to cure. Perhaps if you think of information manipulation as ethics, instead of treating an infection, once it has taken hold, that is debunking. It is much better to vaccinate so that the body is inoculated. Pre-banking is the same approach. Because disinformation relies on people passing it on to us. It is essential that people know what malign information's influence is and what the techniques are that are behind it. But as the knowledge goes up, our chances of being influenced goes down.
What?
And that builds up a society with resilience that we will need.
She's got the tongue of a snake.
What? As knowledge goes up, essentially our societal control goes down.
That was like some Antichrist level kind of shit right there.
That's what that is. That's what that is. And she's saying misinformation spreads like an illness. And they're saying pre-bunking is the vaccination. Debunking is like, oh, I'm going to treat your sniffles. I'm going to treat, your sneezing. But no. Fuck that. I'm going to vaccinate you so you never get those symptoms.
I hate every way she chose to articulate everything she said.
But it makes
Great
so
White
much
Wolf
sense.
here saying setting up mass false witness.
But doesn't it make I hear what you're
Korea
saying,
vibes.
but I'm so glad she said it the way she said it because it makes so much sense. Does it not make fucking so much sense?
Yes. Oh,
it's like,
absolutely.
Oh, that's already going on. That pre-bunking is already happening.
It defines and can pretty much explain the origin of some of the people we've grown up with that suddenly we feel like we can't recognize them or talk to them. That
like look at the Charlie
kind of
Kirk
shit.
thing. Like racist before. Like no, he got
right.
Like pre-bunking is already going on. It's already fucking going on.
Yeah, and the way it's damn clever, and that's why it's terrifying.
Yep. So there you go. There's some pre-bunking. I mean, listen, we got a few more things, but I guess we can save it. We want to save it for the.
I'll tell you what. I was going to save this for the Inside Baseball after a live, but I'm personally willing to do another tomorrow. Talk about Maduro.
Yeah. We definitely owe that at the very least to talk about that tomorrow. So yeah, maybe we can do that. Maybe we just go ahead and we do a nice twofer, a back-to-back, if you will.
Nice.
You
A
cool with that?
twofer out the pocket for the new year.
Okay.
I like the sound of that.
I think we can swing that. So in that case, we did it. We did the damn thing.
We did the show. Again, thank you to all of you that have showed up, stuck around, bush watchers, whackers, pocket watchers. We appreciate the discourse, so please feel free to leave a comment, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, again, if you have yet to, and please, most importantly, catch us on the next.
Now on the next, Stuck in the Middle. As Eli said, thank you so much. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you enjoyed yourselves, give us that like, give us that subscribe. And we hope that more of you take advantage of the open phones. We will try to do this again tomorrow. And give us a call. We'd love to hear your opinions. We'd love to hear your thoughts. We'd love to hear your concerns. All those things and much more on the next Stuck in the Middle. Thank you so much. Thank you to all our mods. Thank you to all the OG viewers and all of you that hang out with us every day. Welcome back. Happy New Year. We'll be doing this a little more often now. We kind of picked back up in the last half of last year, and things are going good. So we want to keep that momentum up and keep on chugging on. So we hope to continue all this fun in 2026. So with that said, thank you so much for you guys hanging out and viewing with us. Eli, thank you so much for just, hanging out with me and just, helping this show do what it does, man. We
got a lot of guests.
A nice team, and I hope we keep teaming up. We got some guests, as you just said. Yep.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that.
Appreciate you guys. All right. Until the next one.
We'll take care. Good night, guys.
Howdy.